on Saquon. He may not get to 26, but I'd be surprised if he's not 20. At least 20.
Yeah, 15 to 20. 15 to 20.
15?
I said 15 to
20.
Yeah, you need 20.
All right,
plus.
then you don't need to be. Hey, listen, you don't need to be aggressive with it.
We're trying to get a win here, Q.
And I would not worry about Saquon's touches in terms of giving him too many. Let him go out there and be the great player he is. You gave him this money to impact games like tonight. Worry about week 15 when it's week 15.
Wait. Hold on. Week 15 will get here at some point.
No, but what,
They're going to win the Super Bowl. He's got to play 20 games.
Hold on, Nick Sirianni
They're
said
not
it
going
best.
to the Super Bowl if you limit his touches.
Nick Sirianni said it best. They're not going into games on a pitch count or a carry count.
Yeah.
If they need to manage Saquon's sort of body, he just won't practice all week.
Yeah,
And they don't practice anyway.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. They'll just give him the day off or
and
rest day.
After AJ got hurt, they should just do walkthroughs all week anyway from here on out. Yeah, I don't
Who
need him
needs
actually
real practice?
practicing. Yeah.
Now, I think without AJ tonight, I was thinking they'd have less touches, but without AJ, they might have to dial up 25 more.
He might get 25 tonight.
Well, the other thing is you keep the defense off the field, Hugh. If you have a lot of Saquon tonight, you limit possession.
Yeah.
You keep that Falcon offense off the
Hey,
field.
I tell you what, that's the best defense against this defense, is to keep that offense on the field.
Is
I know
defense
that's
a
a lot.
luxury or is it a necessity now?
I'll follow
Not a
you.
necessity.
Stop it. Now, see, that's where we part ways at.
No,
right
I'm just
there.
saying. Because listen,
You see in the NFL
last
so
week-
far this season, defense is back, Hugh.
No, it's a couple teams that actually have. We don't really need one. If we scored a lot of points, we'll be all right.
All right, that says Hugh Douglas. All right, on the other side, our predictions for the game tonight, the Eagles and the Falcons on Monday Night Football. This is the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring. Verizon. Eagles Falcons, 8:15 kick tonight. The final game of week number 2 in the NFL, and our final chance to give some thoughts on tonight's game. We'll end with some predictions here in a minute. One thing we haven't talked much about, guys, before we get to the actual predictions on who's going to win, who's going to lose. What kind of game are we thinking about tonight? You know, week 1, I think we all thought it'd be a pretty high-scoring game, and it was. In fact, if it wasn't for some well-timed stops or turnovers, or whatever you want to say, that game could have been in the 40s both ways. I mean, both teams moved the football. It was an over game. It was a high-scoring game. What do we think about tonight? I mean, all the Eagles games could end up that way, but no AJ tonight. I do wonder if it's more of a ground attack. Ike, are you expecting a high-scoring game tonight?
I don't think either team gets over 30.
Okay.
So if the 20s, I got high 20s, mid 20s. I don't know if you classified that as a high scoring game.
You know what's funny? I have a number in my head, and I was kind of dealing with or going through what you're talking about.
Yeah. Maybe when you guys played, but now I feel like you got to get over 30 for it to be high scoring.
Yeah. So I kind of feel like the possessions will be limited tonight. There'll be a lot more longer drives. The Falcons' defense is better than anybody gives it credit for. A lot of names over there that people don't necessarily recognize, but they're a good defense. So I don't think this is a real high-scoring game. This is going to be a game about the 2 running backs, in my opinion. So I think you're going to get ball-controlled offenses.
Elliot, what do you think? I mean, I hear you on the 30, but I don't know if the first 2 weeks are a blip or is the NFL changing, because no one's throwing the ball. There's been more field goals in the first 2 weeks than touchdowns, which has never happened before in the NFL.
Yeah, I think the Eagles got to get a lead early, because if the Falcons get one, I think we could see low scoring where they're trying to control the clock. They're going to run the ball, keep the Eagles offense off the field. So that first drive tonight, with especially how electric this place is going to be, you got to score tonight. You go 3 and out, the Falcons move the ball, that's when things pick it up.
Hugh, what do you expect tonight in terms of a kind of game? I mean, we have 2 teams that have great running backs, good quarterbacks, a lot of offense tonight, or in the middle?
You know what? I feel like it's going to be a physical competition. I've been kind of feeling like that for the last couple of days. When you talk about a lot of offense, like I said, I was kind of going back and forth. Okay, what is a lot of offense? I think both of these teams can score points. I think they have the personnel to score points. I think that it's going to be primarily a running game, but I think the tight ends get involved in this game, and I think the receivers are going to be pretty decent. So I'm looking at this. I know you asked for a score, but I think this is going to be a physical game, a physical run the ball football game.
Well, if both running backs get going, it will be a lower scoring game. The clock will move, and it will change things here. All right, let's get to our predictions for tonight's game. Eagles are a 5.5-point favorite tonight. Elliot Shore Parks, how does this one play out?
I think the Eagles win the game tonight. I do think they go to 2-0. They're the better team, but I think it's going to be a close one. The loss of A.J. Brown is a big loss. He is the best player on the team. He's the key that makes that offense go. So we'll see how the offense moves, but I don't think the Falcons have it in them to win this game. I'm going 23-21 Eagles.
23-21 Eagles, which is a win, but that would be very, very tight there. Hugh Douglas, what are you feeling tonight? A game you were a little worried about today, Hugh. Where are you at?
You know what, man? Since I've been around Nick Foles, I've seen all these great fans and everything. I still think it's going to be a physical competition. I think it's going to be a tight game. But I'm thinking the score in my head is 28-24.
28-24. All right, that means 2 wins, but no covers here. So tight game, close game. All right, here's the way I view this. Look, the Eagles without A.J. are obviously not as good of a team, but there should be enough here to win the football game. They're at home. They got this crowd behind them. They cannot lose on Nick Foles night. They cannot lose at home on Nick Foles night. And I believe Jalen Hurts will protect the football better than he did a week ago. Less turnovers, more possessions. They've scored on 6-8 possessions anyway last week. If they hold the football, they should score. And I think Saquon Barkley has another big game as he looks poised for a very, very big season. I'm going to go the Eagles 26, the Falcons 21. Eagles move to 2-0 tonight. Ike Reese, what do you got for us?
Bunch of scared asses up here. That's what I got. A bunch of scared asses up here. Are you think we losing tonight on Nick Foles night? Are you kidding me? I got the Eagles winning tonight. 30-20. Let's go. E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles.
Oh my goodness.
Was that 40-20?
Get him his neck.
40?
30.
Oh, I was 40. Take some overs on FanDuel.
I ain't nowhere.
Oh, we got the Ike Reese jersey in the crowd.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's my my cousin.
You can't lose on Ike Reed.
These guys are hilarious.
And he showed up just for the prediction because he knew that was coming up.
That was coming.
All right, we got wins across the board here for the Eagles. Eagles and the Falcons coming up. Merrill and Mike are coming up on the call. Listen, this was a fun one.
This is a great one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, KimbroNator here. Monday Night Football, Week 2, final game of this week, guys. What a crazy, crazy week, as you can imagine, with NFL 2024, Week 2. Lots of major upsets this week, guys. We got a great game tonight. I have faith. Kirk Cousins facing off on Jalen Hurts. So, a lot to expect tonight. As you can see, man, I just lost train of thought. I was thinking, you know, the news about AJ coming out, he's not going to be available tonight. I tweeted that earlier at lunch when I saw that, so I sent it out on YouTube. Let's see what you guys responded to it here. Let me pull that up. Welcome, Rob. Welcome to the channel. How are you doing this Monday night? You're sitting at 9 votes on AJ being downgraded to out for Monday Night Football. Does it hurt? The question I phrased. Eagles wide receiver AJ Brown hamstring downgraded for out for Monday night. Does it hurt the Eagles? Yes or no? 9 votes. 56% said yes. So we shall see. A lot to write on this tonight. And I was pulling it up here. So the backup for AJ, I was pulling up their depth chart. For the Eagles. We can go over that before this game gets started here. And the first thing you see on here, have teams finally figured out the Eagles tush push. Plan on continuing to make it harder to stop. So Jason Kelsey's no longer there, so he kind of perfected that. So I imagine it would get harder. Just my opinion. Teams. Sorry, I just ate some spicy food, guys. Had some chips and salsa, and it's got my nose running. So feels good though, but I'll do my best to settle my nasal cavities now. Depth chart for the Philadelphia Eagles. AJ's out. His backup is Johnny Wilson, Devontae Smith, and Dotson. We also have Aeneas Smith and Jacob Harris are both on IR. So you're only down to 5 wide receivers for the Eagles tonight. Those 5 wide receivers are Johnny Wilson, Devontae Smith, Johan Dotson, Harris Campbell, Britton Covey, and Johnny Wilson. Wilson's the second backup for AJ Brown. And he was just drafted, so he is a rookie. Yeah, he is a rookie. Round 6, pick 185. He is 6'6", 228. He's a big guy, so he's got big shoes to fill. I'm not for sure if he's 100% the starter, but I imagine we will see him take some throws tonight. We shall see. Time is of the essence as this game continues down here. How is everybody doing? We got the poll going. Who will win tonight, guys? Who do y'all think will win? Still a lot to go.
All 69,879 in the stands. And the real home opener is about to take the national spotlight for Monday Night Football. Good evening, everyone. Merrill Reese and Mike Quick at Lincoln Financial Field as the 1-0 Eagles meet the 0-1 Atlanta Falcons. Howard Eskins mic'd up on the sideline. Mike, as one of the world's foremost authority on wide receivers, how do the Eagles compensate for the absence of A.J. Brown?
You know, this is the reason Howie Roseman went out and signed Jahan Dotson. He didn't know that it would pay off so quickly, but that's the reason why. You had to have a true third receiver that you knew you could plug in and that could play. But it's a great question, Merrill, but there's no easy answer for this. A.J. was the deep threat. He was the enforcer out there. He made a living almost on that slant route. So you mix in Dotson, Devontae, they'll have Johnny Wilson available tonight, Britt Covey, Paris Campbell. You mix in all of these guys. And with all of that, you still need help to produce what A.J. Brown could produce. But keep in mind, tonight, you're probably going to see a lot more two tight end set. You know, Dallas Goedert, you want to get into the mix. He, along with Grant Calcaterra, both those tight ends, I think they factor in heavily in the passing game tonight.
And they've also upped E.J. Jenkins from the practice squad.
Correct.
And he played well during the preseason.
He only had a few snaps last week, but yes, E.J. Jenkins can play the position.
Did you know Atlanta quarterback Kirk Cousins has started here against the Eagles in their last 3 home openers, twice as a Minnesota Viking? If you didn't know that, you don't know Jack. Get to see Jack Dell's team at DellToyota.com or DellChevrolet.com. Mike and I will be back with the starting lineups of the Eagles Radio Network.
Here we go. We'll have the starting lineups here when they come back.
Brilliantly boring since 1864.
What do you guys think are some keys for tonight's game? I think the defense, in my opinion, just from last season, watching Hurts, they got to get pressure on Jalen. If you get him, not able to sit up in pocket, try to keep him running around, I think that will help. But it's tricky, though. Let's get the odds. First.
Point of sale systems with PDQ POS.
All these ads are killing you.
At PDQPOS.com.
Offensively for the Eagles, those big tackles, Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson controlling the outside. The guards are Landon Dickerson, Mekhi Becton. The center is Cam Jurgens. Tight ends, 2 of them, Grant Calcaterra, Dallas Goedert. Wide receivers, Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson. Saquon Barkley is your running back. And, of course, Jalen Hurts at quarterback.
For the Falcons on defense, Grady Jarrett. He's been there at that defensive end forever with them. And Zach Harrison. The nose tackle is David Onyemata. Inside linebackers Troy Anderson and Caden Ellis. Outside linebackers Matthew Juden and Lorenzo Carter. The cornerbacks A.J. Terrell and Mike Hughes. And the safeties Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons.
Defensively for the Eagles, the edge rushers are Bryce Huff and Josh Sweat. The tackles, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. Linebackers inside, Zach Bond, Kobe Dean. The cornerbacks, Quinyon Mitchell, Darius Big Play Slay. Avante Maddox is your slot corner. The safeties, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Reed Blankenship.
For the Falcons on offense, the tackles are Jake Matthews and Caleb McGarry. The guards, Matthew Bergeron and Chris Lindstrom. The center is Drew Dolman. The tight end from Archbishop Wood High School and the University of Florida, Kyle Pitts. The wide receivers, Drake London and Darnell Mooney. And the third receiver is Ray McLeod, who's been almost every place. The running back out of the University of Texas, Bijan Robinson, and the quarterback, Kirk Cousins.
Now, when I think about this game and what it takes for the Eagles to win, I think it starts with Bijan Robinson. You just mentioned him. They have to be able to corral him, limit his rushing attempts, even limit his ground gain. That's how the Eagles win this football game, and that's my X Factor, which is sponsored by Parks Casino. Parks Casino is my casino of choice. Parks Casino, see Patty LaBelle, Brett Michaels, Dustin
Patty LaBelle.
Straight No Chaser, ParksCasino.com. For tickets, and you must be 21, gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here's Tom Kelly with an NFL update.
Thank you, Merle. The Saints blew out the Cowboys on Sunday, 44-19 in Dallas. Saints 2-0, Cowboys 1-1. Scoreboard update brought to you by Dietz and Watson with over 8
And the Eagles. So the key for the Eagles, there's 9 teams that are 2-0. Eagles are 1-0. Will they win tonight to stay 2-0 and be 10? Counting down here to game time, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to hit that like button on the stream. Let's get 100, 200 people in this stream. With your help, we can do that. We need that like button smashed. Stay in here with us, and we will succeed in defeating YouTube's algorithm tonight. Defeat the scammers out there from scamming people trying to watch this game. Do not click on those links, guys. You see a link that people are posting trying to show a game, do me a favor, never click on them. So support streamers, guys sacrifice their time, family to bring you games. Support streamers. There's a lot of people that stream these games similar to me. Be sure to drop those likes on the stream, ladies and gentlemen. It helps them, helps us. Yeah, guys, my internet just glitched out there for a second.
Well,
apologize.
They can't take this
I think it came back, but it just glitched for 1 second. I'm back. Sorry about that. I'm going to monitor this a little bit more.
Less sloppy this week.
We're due for some.
Penalties and turnovers. You can't have those. Now, even with the Temple game here on Saturday, the field is in great shape. The temperature at game time will be 68 degrees with the winds probably under about 10 miles an hour with almost no chance of rain. Now, the wind right now is blowing a little bit, but I think it's supposed to subside during the game. It's football. It's the first home game, really, and let's go for it. Back up to you.
Howard, when he thanked Chip, his fingers were crossed. Chip would never even anoint him the starting quarterback. Game field conditions are brought to you by Groundworks. Tackle your wet basement, drywall cracks, or nasty smells coming from your crawl space by booking a free inspection at groundworks.com. Well, this is quite a night, Mike, but one thing the coaches have been doing this week, they have been trying to clean up some of the things that took place in Brazil.
Absolutely. So the first thing, you want the operations to go smoothly. You want guys to line up properly. You want guys to be assignment sound and just play smart football. If you do that, you're going to win the game. The Eagles are a better football team than the Atlanta Falcons are. They just are. And if they make sure that they're doing all the little things, all the little details,
Eagles should win this one easy tonight.
take care of itself. And that's what the coach wants to stress to them. Just make sure that we're taking care of the basics, the little things, the fundamentals. If you're fundamentally sound, you're going to win this football game tonight.
One thing the fans here cannot wait to see is Saquon Barkley running for their team. They saw him last week in Brazil, and he became the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Running behind this line, he's going to be very tough to stop.
Yeah, but they didn't get to see him up close. So tonight, they get to see the prized possession of the offseason, Saquon Barkley, right here on the home turf, doing what he does best with the best supporting cast he's ever had while he's been in the National Football League.
You're right, and he is the prized possession of the offseason. But a guy who also in the offseason who came over rather quietly, without much fanfare, is a guy by the name of Zach Vaughn.
Yeah.
He was spectacular last week against the Green Bay Packers.
And I think that goes to Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator, and just his eye for talent. Zach Vaughn has never been an off-the-ball linebacker, a stat linebacker. And now Vic Fangio sees all of that talent. He sees all of the skills and the multiple ways that he's able to use those skills. He took advantage of it, and the Eagles last
Ryder, what is up, Ryder? How you doing, my buddy?
and the way he
Smash that like button, Ryder. Thank you for stopping in. Hope you have an amazing day, my friend.
The green lights are flashing, and the Eagles
excited for flag football.
Out of the tunnel. There are sparkles and lights, and
it's getting ready to start. It's almost upon us.
Machine down near the tunnel, and they are introducing the offense. Wait till you hear.
Let's go.
When Saquon Barkley comes out.
Yeah. They're announcing the players.
Between he and Jalen Hurts.
You can hear them in the background.
Well, tonight,
absolutely.
I think it's going to be the newest Eagle,
I think
Saquon.
Right.
Let's go, my friend.
Here it comes.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a PA kid from up in the Lehigh Valley area.
You can see we broke the 5K mark.
And here's Jalen. Oh, right now, here's Devontae Smith, who is going to be a big, big weapon tonight.
For sure.
He's got a lot on his shoulders. And now here comes Jalen, trotting out onto the field. Headband on, carrying the helmet, carrying the towel.
Very casually just jogging out. Not a lot of hype. He's not like a defensive guy.
So the average between the two teams right now, the Falcons are averaging 155 yards passing, 89 yards rushing. The total team offense is 226. That's for the Falcons. The Eagles are averaging 278 yards passing, 144 rushing, and 410 total offense. Let's see if the Falcons can hold the Eagles. I think if they can, it'd be a close game. If not, Eagles have an easy win here, guys.
The ball is much too important, and one of the things he has to get back to is making sure that he protects the ball and keeps the ball away from the other side.
Now they are unraveling the huge flag that stretches across the field. It's 100 yards wide and 53 1/3 yards wide.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the were so gallantly slain.
Let's go.
And the rockets rang glad.
Bring it out.
Gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Wow.
For the land of the free.
Awesome. Let's go, baby.
That was the national anthem, beautifully delivered by Jamiris Lozano. And Mike, this is the first time I have seen the eagle, the bald eagle, unleashed freely for a night game.
Oh, night game. I thought you were going to say the first time you've seen him. Tell you what, that really punctuated the national anthem. You got a bald eagle, and he's just floating around the stadium just gracefully. And then right at the end of it, he lands over in the corner.
That's awesome.
I was just hoping he had good night vision. Obviously, he did.
He's an eagle, man.
He's an eagle.
He should.
He can see everything.
Now, Nick Foles is going to come out as an honorary captain, and you will hear the crowd once again.
Tell you what, he was a great player. He was a spotty player. There were times when he was just not good at all, but then there were times when he was one of the best players in football at that quarterback position. But at the time when Philadelphia needed him the most, Nick Foles came through. I think about that Minnesota game that was here when Minnesota was riding high, and he put up points on Minnesota, and the defense shut them down. When I realized the Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl, it was that game, that NFC Championship game right here.
Browser's locking up on
There
that.
he is, walking out with the captains.
He closed that out. Corrected.
With Jordan Mailata, Brandon Graham. Eagles wearing their green jerseys tonight, their midnight green jerseys, and their white pants. Atlanta wearing their white jerseys, their white pants, black numerals, black helmets with the Falcons emblem, and red trim.
Good evening, captains. I have an NFL coin. The NFL shield is heads. The red, white, and blue side is tails. Atlanta, you're the visiting team. What is your call? Heads. Called heads? It is heads. Atlanta, you won the toss. Or you'd like to defer your choice to the second half? You want to receive? You're going to kick? Which way you want to kick? Which way you want to kick? Oh, we want to kick. Switch sides, please.
Well, they're figuring out.
We'll receive on this end. Best of luck, Captain.
Nick Foles wearing shorts, trotting off the field.
He's casual.
Wearing his number 9.
He's wearing his dad hat.
He is. Gets a big hug on the sideline from Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And from Big Tom.
Truly a legend in Philadelphia, Nick Foles.
Has a statue commemorating the famous Philly.
That would certainly say that you're a legend. If they've got a statue of you in the city, I think you should have a statue.
I think you should.
I think you should have a statue.
I do in my backyard. It's made of popsicle sticks. All right, here we go. The dynamic kickoff.
Yes.
They're calling
Dynamic kickoff, guys.
Formation. Hasn't been exceptionally dynamic so far, but there has been one return for a touchdown.
The ball has to land and or be caught by a return man before the lines can actually move.
Now Bradley Pinion, who is their huge punter, will be kicking off. The deep men are Kenneth Gainwell to the near side, Will Shipley to the far side. The crowd is on its feet. The green flares are released skyward. Pinion kicks it short. Coming up is Shipley, taking it at the 6. And across the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, gets beyond the 30 and almost to the 35. Good, patient job by Will Shipley of picking his hole and taking it beyond the 30.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let me get the live stat feed in here.
Decided to put
Game
the ball
tracker.
right in that landing
Here
zone
we
and
come.
see what the Eagles could do in the return game, and it nets a little bit better than if they kicked it all the way back. So benefit the Eagles.
Let's see if the Eagles get it going on the ground to start the game. They go with a double tight end formation. Slot to the near side, wing to the near side. Hurts in the gun. Motion, Devontae Smith from right to left. Hurts on first down, takes the snap. He's back, he's going to throw. He goes over the middle, and he completes it up across the 45-yard line.
There we go.
He fired that one to Grant Calcaterra for a 15-yard gain.
Yeah, really good patience by Jalen Hurts, and, of course, the protection up front. The big guys make a nice, clean pocket. He steps into the throw and perfectly lands it on that number 1 on the 81 of Grant Calcaterra.
Now he comes out, and in comes Britton Covey. Wide to the far side, Jahan Dotson. Devontae Smith in the near side slot. 1st and 10, and this time the pass goes to Covey, and Covey is brought down after a pickup of about 6 yards, and there's a flag on the play. The pass to Covey was perfect. He's at the 45, but it's coming back. 45 of the Falcons.
So this is a run with the offensive line, but there's also a pass element built into it. And oftentimes you see linemen get downfield. Yes.
Offense, number 51.
Oftentimes you see the
Replay, first down.
offensive linemen get beyond that 2-yard buffer that they have. If you get beyond that, you're going to get called. And a lot of times, if the pass takes too long, that's what's going to happen.
Johnny Wilson comes in. In the gun again. It's 1st and 15. Ball at their own 43. Motion, Covey. Hurts goes back. He is taking it on a quarterback keeper, and he runs and is knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line. The play gains very, very little as he's knocked out by Mike Hughes.
So there are going to be times when he reads it, and the read tells him to hold on to it. Well, that's what he did. He held on to it because Lorenzo Carter on the outside, he goes down on the dive, fake, but he still has the speed to chase him to the outside.
It is 2nd down and 14. Smith out to the far side. 3 receivers grouped to the near side. Back goes Hurts. He fires out. He has got Covey, who takes it almost to midfield.
Yeah, but they're barely getting back to the original line of scrimmage with that play.
They're just beyond. That will bring up a 3rd down and about 9.5. It's clear that Covey is going to figure in on the passing game tonight quite a bit.
He's had a really good summer. All throughout the preseason, he looked like he fits the part.
In the gun again. Now Covey lines up in the backfield, then goes into a far side slot. It is 3rd down and 9. Hurts in an empty backfield. Hurts calling for the football, and he's going to run right up the middle. He takes off to the near side of the field, and he's thrown down at the 49-yard line. And the fans don't like it.
Yeah, again,
Trey Anderson on the stop.
Troy Anderson, the linebacker, and he just reads this. So Jalen's going to try and take his time. Probably a little bit quick trigger coming out of the backfield. Probably should have held it for just another tick and let things open up a little bit better. Well, Anderson reads that quarterback run and makes the stop.
Avery Williams is the deep man and the punt. Braden Mann.
Fans are quick to let him know they didn't like it.
Here is the punt. It is high, and it is coming down to Williams, who comes up and lets it bounce over his shoulder, and it will bounce inside the 10, down at the 8. Beautiful job of pooch punting by Braden Mann. Time out of the field with no score in the game on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. A 94 WIP.
Drive into summer
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here, Monday Night Football. Get those likes in on the stream. We're currently at 5 likes. Let's hit 20 for this stream tonight, guys. Your help, we can smash that out of the park. If you're new here, let me know. We have the poll currently going on. Who will win, Eagles or Falcons? 16 votes. Majority of people are saying Eagles will win tonight. And you can see here we have the standings. Some crazy standings here, guys. So if the Eagles win, they will be the only team in NFC East that will be 2-0. Washington is 1-1. Cowboys are 1-1 after that pitiful performance yesterday. And the Giants are 0-2. What a way to start the 2024 season. So, alrighty, guys. What will the Falcons do on their first possession? All right, here come the Atlanta Falcons out on the field. We got Kirk Cousins. He signed a 4-year contract on March 13th with Atlanta. Remember, he missed the final 9 games last season with an Achilles injury.
Listening to the
Brought to you by PGW, safely delivering clean natural energy to Philadelphia homes and businesses. Visit pgworks.com for details. We're 3 minutes into the game, no score, and the Falcons with their first possession at their own 8-yard line. Single setback, Robinson. Cousins under center. On first down, he gives it to Robinson, and Robinson has a hole and picks up 7 yards right up the middle.
And you have to know that that is coming. They're going to run the outside zone play to Bijan Robinson until you can stop it. And last week against the Steelers, most
Hola, Kenneth.
were to
How
the
are
left
you doing
side.
today?
Zach Bowen with his first tackle.
I'm doing great, man. We got Monday Night Football. We're in the house. Got you in here in chat, man.
Cousins.
Doing good.
They come right back to Bijan Robinson.
Hope you had an amazing day. You were busy, so hope you had a great day
and
as
he
well.
is finally brought down by Josh Sweat up across the 20 at the 23.
And with that type of production out of their run game, they will continue to run it. They get 2 runs. They've already got a fresh set of downs, and the Eagles are going to have to figure out a way to limit these runs. This offense will go through Bijan Robinson.
Falcons moving from our right to our left. Tight formation. Under center again is Cousins. Play action. He's back. He's looking. He's fired. And it's tipped and deflected and incomplete. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Good penetration by the Eagles, and the Falcons will have a 2nd and 10.
And something that the Falcons didn't do the entire game last week, a play action pass. But right in the middle of that line, you've got big Jordan Davis, and he gets a hand on the football.
He did. Good job by Jordan Davis.
Knocked it down.
He gets a push, unable to get to Cousins, but deflected the ball.
Big lineman there, guys.
Cousins in the shotgun. Robinson to his right. He looks towards Robinson, fires over the middle, completes it for a short gain. Making the catch is Drake London up across the 25 at the 27. So they will have a 3rd down and almost 5.
Yeah, in the passing game, it's going to be Drake London that he'll look for. Although last week he was only targeted 3 times in that game. But that's where he likes to go with the football on the outside.
And, of course, another target is Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, local guy.
Tight end.
Archbishop Wood.
They're getting loud in there.
3 receivers left, 1 right. Ray McLeod comes in motion. Back goes Cousins. He is starting to fire, and it's juggled and dropped.
Incomplete.
because he had it out to Bijan Robinson, who would have had a first down. He just simply couldn't handle the pass.
Yeah, but you're starting to see a little bit of that pocket breaking down around Kirk Cousins, and that's what the Eagles need. Now, this is one that certainly Atlanta should have converted for a first down, but Robinson just couldn't hold on.
In the punt, 6'5", 255-yard punter, Pinion. Back is Covey. Covey takes it at the 26. He runs to the far side of the field, looking for a space to dive, and he does across the 35, up at the 36. Eagles' first defensive stop brought to you by the Plumbers Union, Local 690, protecting the health of the nation. Visit plumbers690.org. Timeout on the field with no score on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865 on 94 WIP.
Hey, Eagles fans, this is Merrill Reese. Phones weren't made to be broken, but life happens. So when you break your phone, Verizon trade in any phone from one of their top brands in any condition. Guaranteed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're sitting at 6 likes on the stream. Drop those likes if you have not already. Vote in our poll. Who will win? Who are you guys rooting for tonight? And where are you guys watching from?
Eagles fan.
Each quarter we're going to do a different poll, so stay alert on the polls. We'll change the poll out each quarter.
The physical therapist at NovaCare will help keep you active and doing the things you love. They have more than 200 convenient locations throughout the Delaware Valley and South Jersey. Visit NovaCare.com to schedule an appointment today. NovaCare is the official physical therapy provider to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles trust NovaCare, so can you. Experience the power of physical.
Nobody covers the National Football League.
They give Mahomes time for the end zone. He throws it. It's caught. Touchdown!
Like SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88. Our team of former players, coaches, and front office executives like Pat Kerwin, Jim Miller, Rich Gannon, Alex Smith, and Hall of Famer Bill Polian brings you closer to the game. If it's happening, we are there. Live from the Scouting Combine in March to the Draft in April. And in the summer, SiriusXM NFL Radio takes you to all 32 training camps. We connect you with the history of the game on stage for Hall of Fame weekend. Hear all the primetime play-by-play action from opening night through the Super Bowl.
Spectacular in every way. Confetti flying in the air.
Your 24/7 home for the NFL all year long. SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88. You're listening to the NFL
Touchdown
on SiriusXM.
Played just over 5 minutes. There's no score. The Eagles put their second possession. By the way,
here they go.
And we don't have a reason in that defensive series for the Eagles. Jalen Carter was not on the field. Just keep that in mind. It is 1st and 10. Eagles moving left to right. Didn't do well on their first possession. Saquon Barkley stands to the right of Jalen Hurts in the backfield. 3 receivers. Hurts on first down. Ball up at the 36. Paris Campbell in the game. Handoff goes to Barkley off left tackle, and he has almost 10 yards on his very first attempt.
Well, then, what took him so long? Get Saquon Barkley.
Tracy, what is up? Woodtown, New Jersey. Welcome, Tracy. Hope you're doing great tonight.
2nd and 1
Thank you
from
for
the
stopping
45. Hurts screens it out in the flat and running with it, diving in and spinning and picking up the first down.
First down, Eagles. Tracy, who are you rooting for tonight?
Penn State, and it's thrown to Penn State.
Yeah.
And Jesse Bates makes the stop.
He has that little orbit motion going on.
Flying Eagles or we flying Falcons?
Got 2 receivers out in front of him blocking. He picks up the first down.
Eagles in Falcons territory for the first time.
Getting Dotson involved, getting Saquon involved, that's a good thing.
This time they go to a pistol formation. Ball at the Atlanta 49. Hurts with Barkley behind him. Double tight end. On first down, Hurts gives it off to Barkley.
Barkley again.
He's got more.
Got a little bit of room, breaking some tackles.
Another 9 yards.
Yeah, keep doing that.
A.J. Terrell making the stop.
He's such
Barkley is he's a tough back to tackle.
Cuts and get through little skinny spaces is simply amazing to me.
The best Eagles running back since Shady McCoy. You can make
Shady
that
McCoy. Yeah.
I will echo that. 2 carries for 18 yards.
It is 2nd down and 1.
Fly, Eagles, fly, Tracy. Let's go.
Barkley to his right. Motion, Calcaterra. Slot to the far side. This time, Hurts fakes. He's back, he rolls, he's looking, he fires. He's got Calcaterra, and he's got
First down, Eagles.
Falcons 35. Very patient.
Oh, you can see up here on this graphic, they're going this way. First down, Eagles.
2 yards from the sideline and picked up an easy first down.
You always have to know where your outlet is, and it's Calcaterra here, and you're exactly right. He looks downfield, but you see those 2 deep safeties, and there was nowhere to go.
Florida, let's go Eagles.
He drops it off and gets a fresh set of downs.
Double tight end.
Well, I'm bringing this to you guys from Texas.
36. 7:40 remaining in the opening quarter. This time another handoff to Barkley. He comes to the outside. He's across the 30. And this time he picks
and enough for the first down.
10. Not bad.
Yeah, and it's a fantastic job by the offensive line. You pull big Landon Dickerson to the outside from the left side to the right.
They're blasting people off of those blocks, too.
Yeah, that's the type of guy you want to follow. The athletic linemen that they have, they take advantage of it, and Stoutland again doing his thing.
Covey comes in. Slot to the far side.
Barkley just puts some shoulders down and runs over them, too.
Lone receiver, Jahan Dotson to the near side. 1st and 10. This time, handoff goes inside again. Barkley breaks a tackle, and he falls forward for 11.
Another Eagles first down.
9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
Give it to him again, and he'll pick up 12.
Give it to that guy.
The Eagles
They're running.
Heart and Lung Center Red Zone, which means a $100 donation to the Deborah Hospital Foundation.
Love what they're doing in the run game with moving these big guys. That time it was Cam Jurgens. He snaps the ball, and then he's the lead blocker. Moves from the center to the lead blocker around the outside, and Saquon just comes right behind him.
Now Gainwell comes in. 1st and 10 at the 15. Motion, Devontae Smith. On 1st down, it goes to Gainwell, and he plunges.
And he gets a nice gain.
4 yards. Brought down on the play by Alford.
Giving him a little bit of breather. He's on the sideline now, Barkley is.
Line, the way they're doing it now, you're just doing the wrong things. And with Saquon Barkley behind this offensive line, you turn up a lot of clock, but you also get to pay dirt.
Calcaterra comes out. Paris Campbell comes in. 2nd down and 6. Football outside the Atlanta 11-yard line. 5:40 to go here in the opening quarter. No score. Hurts lines them up. Motion to the far side, Dotson. Hurts gives it off inside, and Gainwell picks up only a yard on that carry. It's amazing to watch the different formations and the variety and motion and all of this stuff designed by Kellen Moore. Barkley comes back in.
So even that last play, there's a passing element off of that.
Yeah.
If he looks and he sees that there's a bigger opportunity on the outside, he can pull that ball and throw it to the outside. I like all the variety in this offense.
3rd down and 4. Johnny Wilson is in the game. Flanked to the far side of the field. He's the 6'6" rookie. Barkley lines up to the right of Hurts. Hurts takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. Has a lot of time. He's directing traffic. He dashes out to the far side of the field. He's going to take off, and he fires into the end zone.
Almost.
He's stopped just short of the line of scrimmage.
So he
4th and 4.
Saquon Barkley out on a pass route here, but Saquon Barkley, when he's coming through the line of scrimmage, he gets tripped up, he gets knocked over, and it eliminates that play. So the Eagles are keeping the offense on the field, means it's crunch time, Merrill. Taste victory with the true fan favorite, Hers Honey Barbecue Chips. Hers, rooted in flavor.
You know what? I would take the 3 points, take the lead and move on, but they are...
The Eagles are going for it, guys.
My way of
the Eagles are going for it. 4th and 4 on the 9.
In the gun again is Hurts, and he's going to call for
a calls timeout.
I know I did, and then came you know what.
Then came you know what.
Philadelphia, this is a 30-second timeout.
It just hit me as soon as you said that.
Well, can you send in the honorary captain to run the Philly Valley one more time? Who knows? Who knows?
Let's go, guys.
The 10-yard line.
What are they going to do? They're going to go for a field goal, or are they going to take a shot?
This is 4th down and 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I say take the lead and then move on from here.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. But, if you're going to continue to give the ball to Saquon Barkley, though, I think it's going to be a pretty good night. He's averaging almost 10 yards a carry.
But the Falcons are going to be.
I got to go help the wife get some groceries in, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
I'm going to leave it up.
Like you, I think I would take the 3 points right here.
Oh, wait a minute. Hurts lines them up.
Yep.
3 receivers out to the far side. Goddard to the near side. Hurts in the gun. Hurts into a long count. Barkley to his right. Barkley splitting closer to the sideline. Back goes Hurts. He's rolling. He's looking. He's still looking. He fires, and it is incomplete. It was batted down, intended for Dallas Goedert.
Yep, and the Falcons will take over on downs.
There's a timeout on the field with the score. 0-0 on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865 on 94 WIP.
Hi, this is Joe Mederchip, PNC Bank Regional President. People ask us, is PNC just a boring bank? Well, that depends. Is starting a business boring, or being the first person in your family to go to college? For nearly 160 years, we've done the hard and occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results to our clients. To see what boring banking can do for you, stop into any of our local branches right here in the greater Philadelphia community. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
E.D. Moyer Lumber is your window expert. Anderson 400 series are the clad wood windows more contractors trust for their own homes. Contractors love them because they're easy to install, time-tested, and are the windows with fewer callbacks. Homeowners love their superior design with styles that bring their unique vision to life. Based on a 2022 Anderson brand survey of U.S. contractors, your Anderson expert is A.D. Moyer Lumber in Gilbertsville, Pottstown, Bethlehem, and Kutztown, and on the web at admoyer.com.
Touchdown! Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the Sirius XM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the Sirius XM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with Sirius XM 360L radios.
If you want to win your fantasy football league, you need to listen to Fantasy Sports Radio. From lineup decisions to daily fantasy to waiver wire advice, injury updates, and so much more.
Overreacting only going to cause you to play this game poorly.
Our experts will help you dominate.
With Jordan Love being out 3 to 6 weeks, this entire Green Bay Packers offense is now on ice.
Set your lineup with Fantasy Sports Radio. Your home for fantasy football all season long. Channel 87 and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Up the middle, touchdown!
You're listening to Sirius XM.
2024 Bet Parks Pennsylvania Derby is at Parks Racetrack Saturday, September 21st. ParksRacing.com. Must be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's a lot of work, Mike, to move all the way there and have a lot of positive plays and come away with no points.
Yeah, but it tells me that he's got a lot of confidence in his defense when you do that.
1st and 10 for the Falcons at their own 9. On first down, it's a handoff to Bijan Robinson, and he is tripped and brought down by the Kobe Dean.
Yeah, fantastic job. First, Jordan Davis on that right side, just creating a log jam, a pile up, and then the Kobe Dean coming up to clean things up. When you got those bigs and they don't let that hole just open up, it allows those linebackers to run to the football.
2nd down and 8. Slot to the far side of the field. Darnell Mooney and Ray McLeod. Wing to the near side. Motion, Mooney. This time, handoff again to Bijan Robinson. He has a hole. He has a first down. And just like that, he's up to the 25-yard line. Again, Dean trips him up.
And he shows you how shifty he is when he gets to the second level. Bijan Robinson, the young rookie, Quinyon Mitchell, comes up and he's going to press him from the outside in, and he gives him a little shake, and Mitchell ends up on the ground.
So the Falcons have moved up to the 25-yard line. 3.5 to go in the opening quarter. No score. 1st and 10, Atlanta. Motion, Charlie Werner, the tight end, sets up to the right. Now motion from right to left. Mooney. This time it goes again to Robinson, and Robinson carries a few people, but only picks up about 3 yards off the right side, where Jalen Carter makes a solid tackle.
Yeah, they major in those perimeter runs. They're going to run those until you're able to stop them, and right now they're having a lot of success getting on the edge with Bijan Robinson running the ball.
2nd down and 7.
Robinson 5 carries for 33 yards so far.
Cousins under center. Does he go play action? That's one of his specialties. Cousins gives it off inside, and being tackled is Tyler Algier at the line of scrimmage. Maybe he picks up 1 yard.
Tell you what, Josh Sweat does a really nice job here fighting the tackle off. That tackle's trying to kick him out, and Sweat gets off of that block and makes the stop for just a small pickup.
It'll be 3rd down and 5 for Atlanta. 2.5 to go.
This is how you earn your right to rush the passer, what Josh Sweat just did, making that stop. Now you can pin your ears back.
Bijan Robinson back in. Ball across the 30. Drake London in motion. Shotgun for Cousins. He's back. Here comes the rush. He fires, and it is inner snow. It's broken up. For a moment, it was Quinyon Mitchell who broke on the ball and almost had a pick.
Oh, he's cat quick. When he gets to the top of that break, Quinyon Mitchell puts his foot in the ground, and he drives on that throw, and he nearly pulls it away from the intended target on the outside. Now, they're trying to get the ball to Drake London, his key target, but perfect play. Quinyon Mitchell, a rookie.
Deep is Britton Covey. Bradley Pinion, the punt from his own 15. Covey at his own 19. The punt is away. Covey looks up. End over end. Covey takes it with a fair catch at the 25-yard line. He had no choice but to call that with the coverage in his face. There's a timeout on the field. There's no score on the Eagles Radio Network presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865 on 94 WIP.
Hey, this is Mike Quick. If you're in the restaurant, hospitality, or casino business and your point-of-sale system isn't helping you sell more, earn more, or work less, you need to talk to my friends at PDQ Signature Systems. PDQ has everything you need for success. PDQ POS is the fastest, easiest, and most reliable POS system available. Whether you have a single location restaurant or thousands of locations, Joe Flynn and his team will create a custom game plan that will help your business succeed. Visit PDQPOS.com.
Know what's below, because even minor excavation projects like installing a mailbox, building a patio, or putting up a fence can do major damage. Contact 811 before you dig, or visit pa1call.org to submit a locate request to have underground utilities marked.
Dear Spotlight, Toyota has more all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive vehicles than any other brand. Find your perfect ride, and you'll shine bright day or night. Toyota.
Eagles still have the ball.
Try on mom jeans. 80s and 90s.
See, they are
pop,
currently
so soft and nostalgic. It'll have you
on
decorating your kitchen
25.
with country geese from Celine Dion.
Just to punt it again. I missed that. Minute 54 to go in the first quarter. Got to mute some of those songs and stuff. They throw them up on there. Yeah, keep smashing the like button, ladies and gentlemen. We're at 8 likes. Let's get 20 likes for the stream.
These are back in stock at the Eagles Pro Shop. Visit their Lincoln Financial Field, Cherry Hill, and Lancaster locations to get yours, along with the newest Eagles gear and apparel. 0-0 the score Under 2 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Eagles were down near the 10-yard line and had an opportunity.
Yeah.
But they went for it on 4th down and 4, and the Falcons held.
Falcons defense stood up.
I agree with you.
Pistol formation. 1st and 10. Eagles at their own 25. Hurts in the gun. Barkley behind them. On 1st down, it goes to Barkley again, and this time the entire defense of the Falcons is on him, and they hold him without a gain. Maybe a yard.
If I'm Atlanta and it looks like that's what they're doing, I would have most of my concern in the passing game kind of centered on the Slim Reaper, on Devontae Smith. And we're seeing quite a bit of that with A.J. Terrell following him for the most part.
Well, he lines up to the near side. Motion. Calcaterra in the gun is Hurts. He's back again. He slings it to the near side. Leaping reception, but for very little this time. As getting it is Devontae Smith, taking a hit from A.J. Terrell. He does pick up 5 yards, but that's it. That puts the Eagles in a 3rd down and 4. Moving left to right in the green jerseys and white pants. 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions. 0 for 1 on a 4th down attempt.
They had Terrell last week follow Pittsburgh's best receiver from side to side, and they also rolled the safety over the top. I think they want to play Devontae Smith similarly.
Shotgun, double wing, motion, Barkley from right to left. Back goes Hurts. He's looking. He starts to dash.
Oh, he's almost sacked.
Still rolling. Fires to the sideline. It's incomplete. That was not on Hurts. There was nothing there. That was a good defensive play by Atlanta. Thrown in the direction of Devontae Smith, but he was being rushed from the moment the snap arrived.
Yeah, Atlanta ran a stunt off the right side right at Lane Johnson, and Lane couldn't handle both guys. They had a little crossing motion getting into the backfield and immediate pressure on Jalen Hurts.
In the punt, Braden Mann. In the return, Avery Williams. Mann steps into it. It's away. It is a high wobbler. Williams takes it at the 15. Starts up the right side of the field, and he goes out of bounds at the 30. Join the Eagles Kids Club for exclusive invites to events like next month's Halloween party, contests, web calls with players, and more. Learn more at PhiladelphiaEagles.com/Kids Club. So the Falcons get another possession with 17.
What can Cousins do this time?
Scoreless quarter, 17 seconds to go. Tonight's stats presented to you.
What the fart? Hey, Gavin, how you doing, Gavin?
PNC, brilliantly boring since 1865.
Well, the best stat is Barkley has 5 carries for 4.
Well, it's been up, Gavin. Hope you've been doing great, my friend.
4 yards passing. Calcaterra, 2 receptions, 19 yards.
Under center this time is Cousins. 1st and 10. Play action. He's back. He's looking. He fires. He's got a wide open Drake London near midfield. He's pulled down at the 46.
He slipped. If he would have kept his feet, he may have had some more yardage out of that one.
That time for a 19-yard gain.
Yeah, and what you didn't see out of Atlanta
of the first quarter
last week was that play.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Gardner Johnson made
Going to go into the second quarter now.
With the score 0-0 on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC.
We will end.
Brilliantly boring since 1865. A 94.
We're going to end the poll. We're at 22 votes. Let's go and start a new poll, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Eagles fans, this is Merrill Reese. Phones weren't made to be broken, but life happens. So when you break your phone, Verizon in Philly's got you. Trade in any phone from one of their top brands in any condition, guaranteed, and get a great deal on one of their best 5G phones with unlimited ultimate. Switch now and save.
Second poll is in there.
At a Philly area Verizon store.
There are lessons to be learned every day, and every day is an opportunity to find our purpose. It begins with a game plan, not just thinking about short-term wins, but long-term goals. We are all quarterbacks of our financial future, and we have to be boldly committed to the process. Because when the lights are on, that's when preparation meets opportunity. Build your tomorrow at LincolnFinancial.com.
Lincoln Financial is the marketing name for Lincoln National Corporation and affiliates, copyright 2024. Lincoln Financial is a sponsor of Jalen Hurts, who has received...
Here's what's happening.
So we got week 2, guys, is finishing up tonight here in Philadelphia. The Eagles taking on the Falcons. Can the Eagles win tonight and stay 2-0 and be the top one of the 10 teams 2-0 in week 2? Or will they fall? What will happen here, guys? Don't forget to drop those likes on the stream. We're sitting at 9 likes right now. Hit that like button if you have not already. Those likes help out this channel dramatically, guys. The more likes, the better. And below me here, we have the odds streaming of this game. So those of you guys who like to place bets and stuff, that is the current odds at the moment. And you can see our goal. We're close to 5,100. Just 51 away.
Presented to you exclusively by PNC Bank. PNC, brilliantly boring since 1865. Great hand for the Foles family as they zero in on them on the sideline. All right, here we go into the second quarter. No score, 1st and 10 Falcons at their own 46. London in motion. On first down, the handoff goes inside to Algier, and he picks up a couple of yards, and that's it. There's a big difference between Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier, and Jalen Carter and Zach Bourne combined to make the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
So Robinson at this point 5 carries for 33 yards. Algier getting a little bit of snaps here.
2nd down, motion, Mooney, play action. Back goes Cousins, and he completes the pass over the middle for a 1st down to Tyler Algier.
1st down, Falcons.
Cousins had him. The Kobe Dean made the stop, and now the Falcons are moving the chains. Their deepest penetration. Actually, the first time they've been in Eagles territory. Under center. Cousins. Algier remains in the backfield. Algier takes the handoff. He's got a running room. He's at the 30, the 25, and down.
All the way down to 20. Look like the 20 is what he got to.
The Eagles were slashed that time for 15 yards.
Yeah, and where's the linebacker filling? So this is an excellent job, Atlanta, just creating running lanes on the outside, and that's where they want to run. They did it last week in that game, and again, the Eagles knew coming into this game that that's where they want to run the football, right on the edge.
1st and 10, they're at the Eagles 20.
Living on the edge.
Single setback. Robinson back in. On 1st down, it goes to Robinson.
Oh, he fumbled.
He loses the football and then goes down.
It's a fight for it.
He fumbled it momentarily on the exchange.
I think he may have got it.
Down, and the Falcons appear to have recovered. That'll be 2nd.
They did. They got it.
12.
They're just giving up too much in the run game to these perimeter.
There's a bad handoff.
Falcons moving left to right. 2nd and 12. They're at the Eagles 24.
His arm was down and should have been up.
Tight formation.
It was on the running back.
This should be a penalty on the Falcons. The handoff goes inside, but one of the Falcons moved just before the ball was snapped. Mike, I don't see a flag. It's a short
I missed
run
that one.
to Robinson, but there was definitely illegal procedure on the part of the Falcons on that play.
And not a motion?
I didn't think so. I thought he pulled back before. 3rd down and 9. They have to get to the Eagles' 8-yard line for a 1st down. Slot to the far side. Lone receiver to the near side. In the gun, Kirk Cousins. Cousins is back, and now he throws the ball down. And let's see.
Whistles are blown dead.
Atlanta is. I think Raheem Morris, they're out there.
Snap. First charge timeout. Atlanta. This is the 32nd timeout.
Oh, they're booing it.
He needed to get some time for Zach Robinson, his coordinator, to talk to the quarterback, trying to make sure that they're on the same page.
Well, it is 3rd down and 9.
Zach Robinson doing a much better job tonight than he did last week in that Pittsburgh game of mixing up things and really sticking to the run where they're having a lot of success. And in last week's game, and I said it already, but they didn't have any play action pass. I think Cousins already has thrown 3 play action passes here in the first half.
3rd down and 9. That's his specialty. They go with 3 receivers out to the far side. Cousins in the gun. Robinson to his right. London the man in motion. Cousins stamps his foot. He's back. He steps up.
Steps up.
He fires, and it is...
He is rolled upon. They take him down.
Moving down is Sweat making the tackle on Cousins. He pumped and then he held onto the football and he gained a couple of yards, but the Eagles were right there. Good job of coverage, Mike. He couldn't find anybody, and at the last minute he motioned the pass, tucked it under and picked up a few yards and lived to kick an easy field goal. It's Younghoe Koo on a 39-yard field goal attempt to give Atlanta a 3-0 lead. Ball is spotted, the kick is up, the kick is away, and the kick is
good.
3-0 Falcons.
3-0 Falcons, guys.
There's a timeout on the field with the score. Atlanta 3, Eagles nothing on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring.
Here we go, guys. So the first to score is the Falcons. Is that what you guys thought? First points of the game was in the second quarter, and that is to the Falcons. They scored first. It's crazy. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are at 9 likes. Hit that like button if you have not already. We need to get those likes up so we can get more and more people in here. Our goal is 20 likes on the stream. With your help, we can do that. So smash that like button if you have not already. Bring you the best coverage here on YouTube, guys. We got the Falcons scoring first on the Philadelphia Eagles, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know in chat where you're watching from. Who are you rooting for, guys? Love to hear from you. Let me know. Alrighty, guys. Sitting at 5 votes. Keep those votes coming, or 5 votes on the poll. 6 votes. There we go. Drop those votes in. Love to hear from you guys. And let us know in chat where you guys watching from. Alrighty. Who will the Eagles score on their on this next possession? This second quarter? What do you guys think?
Foundation has raised over $30 million in innovative autism research to help advance.
They got to sustain that running game like they were doing earlier.
You can donate by texting Eagles Autism to 53209. It's 3-0 Atlanta. Mike, I have to ask you, Jalen Hurts has not gone downfield much. How much is this the effect of not having A.J. Brown?
I think it's a big part of it.
Here is the kickoff, and it is going to go into the end zone and fielded right there by Kenneth Gainwell.
Bring up to the 30.
You know, he's the big play.
The new norm.
You look at the receiving core, that is the guy. Now, it's not that Devontae Smith can't do it, but they just rely on A.J. for those deep shots, those plays downfield. He's so good at utilizing his body to body up guys and push guys off.
Well, they have 3 receivers right now. Campbell and Dotson are in there. I'll tell you, Dotson is very fast also. You get him in the open, he can be a weapon.
But this is the type of defense that they don't like to give up those big, very similar to the philosophy of Vic Fangio and the Eagles defense.
Dotson in motion, shotgun. Handoff goes inside. breaking one tackle,
breaking
and picking up 4 yards when there was nothing.
Hard run there.
With Saquon Barkley.
Yeah,
an ordinary back goes down at the line of scrimmage.
He runs into his own guy right here, Saquon does. And Landon Dickerson is very, very slow now getting back to the huddle, but you can see him trying to work out whatever pain issue he's got in his right leg.
2nd down and 6. Eagles moving right to left. Hurts lines them up. He's got Barkley to his right. Motion, Dallas Goedert from left to right. Hurts this time. Fakes. He's back. He's pumping. He is floating it. He's got a first down to Smith. Devontae Smith across midfield. And Hurts looped it in there perfectly.
Yeah, that's where the ball needs to go. You got to get him a little bit more involved. And Devontae Smith is going to find places for the quarterback to go with the ball. D. Alford just could not stay with him.
Eagles in Falcons territory, 1st and 10. Shotgun again. Hurts goes back. He's looking. He's rolling.
Rolling.
He goes right. He goes
plenty of time. He's got all the time in the world.
Finally, he throws it out of
Gets
bounds.
rid of it.
Complete. He was being chased by Grady Jarrett.
I tell you what, this offensive line, they're giving him all the time that he needs. They just have to do a better job on the back end, trying to get open, giving him somewhere to go with the football.
Double tight end.
But this is one of those defenses, Merrill, that they're not going to let you get behind them. They want to keep everything in front. They're going to keep those 2 safeties back most of the game, not allowing the big plays down the field.
Dotson far side, Smith near side, pistol formation. 2nd and 10. Hurts in the gun with Barkley behind him. Hurts gives it off to Barkley, nothing there. Falcons are playing Barkley. They are right there waiting for him in mass.
Yeah.
Matthew Judon, former Patriot, makes the stop.
So Judon just comes right through the line of scrimmage. He hits Calcaterra in the face and just moves him out of the way and gets into the backfield.
They're 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. Covey comes in. He's in a near side slot.
That's a big assignment for Calcaterra.
He's 3rd and 11 here.
It is 3rd and 11. Hurts in the gun with Barkley to his left. 3-0 Atlanta. Back goes Hurts. He fires on a quick slant, and pushing down close to the 40 is Dallas Goedert, but he won't get
Goedert almost
the first down. It'll be 4th down and 3. Are they going for it?
They're keeping that offense on the field.
They are.
And this is just reading the pressure. Jalen Hurts saw the blitz coming, and he hits that void in the defense where that slot corner blitzed him. That's where he threw the ball right into that void.
It is 4th down and 3. This is dangerous. Slot to the near side. Wing to the far side. Barkley to the right of Hurts, who's in the gun. They've got to get to the 38. Hurts back again. He's looking. He's looking. He's rolling. He's going to run. He's got it. He's at the 40. He's at the 35. He's at the 30. And he slides down at the 16. Jalen did it with his leg.
Yeah, that's outstanding.
Now there's a penalty flag downfield. Let's see.
He ends up having to climb the pocket, and when he does, he sees space, and he just takes advantage of it.
Absolutely.
What's the penalty on? Is it on the spike?
I don't know. It shouldn't be. We saw the legs of Jalen Hurts.
Following the play, delay game. Offense number 1 for a spike.
Yep. That's all right. He got the first down. So I like what he does here. He didn't have a play down the field, but he knows he's got the wills. He climbs the pocket, he gets downfield, he slides, and he's a little bit excited that he's able to pick up that first play, and he spikes the ball.
Keep the flag in your pocket. That's nonsense.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
I mean, he didn't. It wasn't like he whacked it down and it went a few yards. Big deal. There are too many flags. I've watched the games all weekend. There are too many flags being thrown that have had nothing to do with the play.
Well, I have to justify the fact that I'm wearing these stripes tonight.
So they have a 1st and 15. That is a lack of restraint on the officials' part, in my opinion. Eagles go with 3 tight ends this time, including E.J. Jenkins. 1st and 15 at the 23. Hurts under center. Motion, Calcaterra. Quick pitch to Barkley. Tries to get outside, and he will lose a few more yards. Trucked down by Jesse Bates. A 5-yard loss. Put the Eagles at a 2nd down and 20.
Smith-Williams gets into the Eagles' backfield much too quickly right here. You've got to be able to at least slow guys down and let Saquon get to the line of scrimmage at least.
He comes out. Gainwell comes in. Eagles moving right to left. They trail 3-0. 7:40 to go here in the first half. They line up. Gainwell to the right of Hurts. Slot to either side. Hurts calling for the football. Falcons, are they coming? Hurts is back. He's looking. He's pumping. He's going to run. He is at the 20, and he dives down to the 18. Close to the original line of scrimmage. Hurts that time for 9 yards. Eagles are in the Deborah Heart and Lung Center red zone, which means a $100 donation to the Deborah Hospital Foundation.
Not hesitant at all. He sets his feet to throw the football, doesn't have anything, but he sees the opening in the middle of that defense.
3rd down and 11. They have to get inside the 9-yard line for a 1st down. Empty backfield. 2 receivers to the far side. 3 including Covey to the near side. Hurts into a long count. Hurts takes the snap. He's back. He steps up. He's being chased. He is rolling. He is running. He is diving. He's got a 1st down. He's inside the 5. He's inside the 4. Can he run? You bet he can run.
He's strong.
I've heard people say he can't run like he used to.
He's strong.
There's example A that he can.
Yeah, he gets hit about 2 yards shy of the mark, but he's strong. He keeps running, and he gets down inside.
It is 1st and goal. Hurts in the gun. Hurts on 1st down. Fires. It is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Goddard, who was well covered. There's a penalty flag. It might be holding on the Falcons.
Yeah, I think the official had trouble getting the flag out of his waistband, but there's definitely a hold on Dallas. Well, the defender on Dallas Goddard.
Here it is. 6:05 to go.
Again.
Offense to the 65. The 5-yard penalty. 3-point 1st down.
They didn't call holding. Ineligible.
Yeah, and this time it's Lane Johnson.
1st and goal from the 9.
I'm seeing a lot more of that called this year, as well as when the tackles line up too far in the backfield.
Because the game needs more penalties. 1st down and goal from the 9. Trips to the left. Johnny Wilson in the game. Hurts on 1st down. Hurts slings it out. Running with the football and then being pulled down shy of the 5 was Britton Covey. Picked up a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Dre Outford grabbed Covey.
Boy, it looked like, it's one of these plays where you have the option. It looks like the perfect time to just leave it in the belly of Saquon Barkley and let him just run.
That might be coming up right here. I don't know. 2nd down and 7. Falcons lead 3-0. Eagles trying to take the lead right here. They go with 3 receivers out to the far side of the field. Goddard to the near side. Shotgun. Barkley moving to the left. Back goes Hurts. He looks. He fires. It is complete for a touchdown to Devontae Smith. 9 yards deep.
Outstanding job. Both men. This throw, Devontae Smith has to almost pirouette, spin back to catch it. But what a fantastic job of getting his hands up, catching it, tapping his feet in the back of the end zone. And the Eagles have their first score of the night.
Right Hands catch of the game, sponsored by Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa. Express after the game with the relaxing massage or facial, starting at $79.95.
And it all begins with how well he is protected. He can easily step into the throw and pinpoint the football.
In for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Spotted, kicked up. And it is good, and the Eagles lead 7-3. That touchdown brought to you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today. There's a timeout on the field with the score. Eagles 7, Falcons 3 on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by P. Boring since 1865 on 94 WIP.
People ask, is PNC just a boring bank? Well, that depends. Is starting a business boring, or being the first person in your family to go to college? For nearly 160 years, they've done the hard and occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. To see what boring banking can do for you, stop into any of their local branches right here in the greater Philadelphia community. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Drive into summer with a Honda C.
Lead. What a good drive that was. Raymaker Cloud out to the far side of the field. 47 rushing yards for Hurts on that last drive, Mike.
Yeah, you can never forget that that's part of who he is. His ability to run when there's nothing there, and he took advantage of. And one of the reasons why he's that triple threat is because he can do what he did on that last drive.
Here's the kickoff by Braden Mann, and it is coming down and coming out with it is Williams, and Williams is hit, and now a penalty flag flies. He goes down shy of the 25. Good coverage by the Eagles.
It's a 20-yard return by Williams, but there's a flag on the field.
Usually, it's on the returning team.
Here's a little block in the back. Return team, number 40.
And it is.
The 10-yard penalty. First down.
So it moves the Falcons back towards their own goal line. First Atlanta penalty tonight. 5:09 remaining in the second quarter. Eagles lead 7-3. Falcons break the huddle. Under center this time is Cousins. Motion. Warner, the tight end. On first down, they go with a flanker around, and not getting much is Ray McLeod.
Wow.
They went with the flanker around who took the handoff for Cousins, but was tracked down after a very short gain by Zach Baun.
This is an outstanding job by Zach Baun. This play fools a lot of people and allows the runner to get on the perimeter for big yardage. Zach Baun just playing his keys, staying in position, and making the play.
He is a great athlete. Second down and 8. Motion London. This time, play action. Pass comes out. It is complete, but not getting very far is Pitts. Kyle Pitts came back to take it, but he was surrounded by a very alert defense led by Milton Williams.
Well, Zach Baun is the guy that's first there to turn him back to the inside. When Pitts catches the ball and tries to get to the outside, Zach Bond, he turns it back into his help, and then they're able to make the stop.
Now Keely Ringo comes in on the nickel, replacing the Kobe Dean. 3rd down and 6. Falcons at their own 18. Can the Eagles stop them right here and get some field position? Shotgun. Cousins back. Looks. Fires. Complete. He's got a 1st down to McLeod, who cleared over the middle at the 30-yard line, and Cousins delivered.
Yeah, that's what Ray McLeod can do for him. He is that guy that in the slot area, work in the middle of the field, can get you those tough ones.
He's been around, hasn't he?
He has. They picked him up from San Francisco just this offseason.
Under center. Cousins. 3 receivers to the far side. Motion to the near side. And this time, handoff goes into Robinson, and Robinson picks up 11 yards and a 1st down off the left side before he's tripped up by Moro Ajomo.
Those perimeter runs again, they've been hurting the Eagles all night long. Because Josh Sweat stunts to the inside, and Robinson runs just outside of him.
1st and 10. Ball up the 40. This time again it goes to Robinson. He breaks into the clear, but there's a penalty flag thrown, and I think this is going to be holding against the Falcons. That was a big gain by Robinson. He ran away from people, but I think the Eagles are going to get a break. Now the officials are taking a long time to meet on this.
They are getting a break too, because the Falcons are gashing them on the edge, running the football.
It's definitely
There's no foul for holding. 1st down.
But they threw a flag for holding, and then they decided that it wasn't. But there was. When you look at it again, there was holding.
He changed his mind.
And just like that, Atlanta is near midfield or beyond. Beyond. They're down at the 46 of the Eagles. They threw a holding flag and picked it up. 1st and 10. London in motion under center. Back. Looking is Cousins. He is looking. He is hit. Too late. He is hit. And he is sacked by PG. Brandon Graham.
Yeah, but there's going to be a hold downfield, I do believe. There are flags, and the flags are downfield.
They won't pick this up, will they?
Probably not.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 17. The 5-yard penalty on that. 1st down.
Yeah, on the Kobe Dean, they're calling it. Just as BG gets into the backfield and put a hit on Kirk Cousins.
Well, tell me what you see on the contact part of it.
I just didn't see it.
1st and 10, and the Falcons have the football just outside the Eagles 40. Eagles lead 7-3 with 2:20 to go in the 1st half. Cousins in the gun, empty backfield. He's looking again. He lets it fly, and it is almost intercepted. It was intended for Mooney and broken up neatly by Avonte Maddox.
Yeah, fantastic job by Maddox. He arrives just as the ball arrives and makes sure that there's not a catch by Darnell Mooney.
2nd down and 10. Falcons moving left to right, 2:10 to go in the 1st half. Eagles leading 7-3. 3 receivers to the near side. Lone receiver to the far side. Motion. Mooney. In the backfield. Algier. Pumping. Firing. Completing. Another 1st down, and this time to Ray McLeod as Cousins delivers. There's the 2-minute warning with the score. The Eagles 7, the Falcons 3 on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Now wait a minute, they're holding things up.
Cousins is
There's another flag.
Yep. Cousins is getting much too comfortable now in that pocket.
The referee is Craig Wolstead.
Yeah, and it's on the back end of the Eagles defense.
We have just 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Eagles up 7-3.
Oh, I think this is going to be on Ray McLeod.
Do you?
Yeah.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 34. That's a 15-yard penalty. Go first down.
Okay, there is the 2-minute warning with the score 7-3 Eagles on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. 94 WIP.
Eagles fans, Merrill Reese here to talk.
The 2-minute warning sponsored by Wendy's. For a whole new way to nug, try Wendy's new Saucy Nugs today. Open till midnight or later at participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location. Well, the ball has moved back to the 38 of the Eagles.
Yes.
And the Falcons have a 1st and 10 at that point. That was a post-possession penalty. So they got the first down, and then came the 15 yards on McLeod for unsportsmanlike conduct. 1st and 10.
Oh, was I muted? I was muted. Thank you.
Kirk Cousins.
I didn't realize I was muted.
Takes the snap, backs up, has time, swings it out to Robinson on the near side. Robinson makes one man miss, but finally is brought down by Maddox, shy of the first down.
He gives Maddox a little shake to the outside, but Maddox just holds his ground, and he makes the stop along with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
It is 2nd down and 3. 1:36 to go in the first half. 7-3 Eagles. Under center this time. So they try to run it. Motion to the near side of the field. They do try to run it to Robinson, and they do the right thing because he picks up the first down with yards to spare as he leans all the way across the 20 and down to the 16 before Quinyon Mitchell can finish the play.
I didn't realize I was
had
mute on earlier. Freeman, thank you for the sub there. Thank you for hitting the like on the stream. I appreciate you guys. I hope I wasn't muted, but it looks like I may have been earlier. So I have a stream deck where I can mute and unmute. So thank you for the like and subscribe.
Backs up, goes inside, and it goes this time to Algier, who picks up about 3 yards. Tyler Algier.
Yeah, Reed Blankenship comes up from his safety spot, but this line of scrimmage, it's being won now by the Atlanta Falcons, and they get a lead block.
2nd and 6. Again to Algier, and Algier has a first down. He plunges down close to the 5-yard line. He's stopped by Blankenship but the Falcons are running the ball.
They are.
And they are penetrating the Eagles' defense.
Atlanta, it's a 30-second timeout.
You know, for Atlanta, that's been the thing all night long. They've been able to run the ball against this defense.
Don't forget, the Falcons deferred at the beginning of the game, so they will get the ball first in the third quarter. Eagles leading 7-3.
Robinson,
yeah, they get the ball back
in this first half for already for 73 yards.
They're running a lot of time off this clock.
Yards per carry.
Mike, last week we talked about the slippery field. This field is perfect, and the defense still is
falls in between the 7 and 6, so it's like a 6.5 yard line.
There was one sack, but it was called back to the Brandon Graham one, so they officially don't have a sack in the game.
First and goal from the 6. 4 receivers out to the far side. Motion. Mooney. They go with a pass out to Robinson.
Oh! Huge face mask there.
Yeah, BG got him by the headgear. Face mask. So Brandon Graham recognizes this play, and he's out.
That's going to set him up on first and goal.
Face mask. Defense, number 55.
That's going to be half the distance.
That's huge.
So when Robinson's making that hard move back to the inside and Brandon Graham's running by him, he throws out his hand, and all he can do is grab a piece of the face mask. He quickly lets go, but it's too late.
Falcons 3 yards away from taking the lead. 22 seconds remaining. Falcons have one timeout. Late first half action. Eagles 7. Falcons 3. Ball at the 3. Cousins in the backfield, in the shotgun. Robinson to his right. 3 receivers out to the far side of the field. The give to Robinson.
He gets nothing.
All over him, pushing him.
Got to run right up the middle.
17 seconds.
And this is where the Eagles were really good last week. And that
Charge timeout, Atlanta.
Because Jordan Davis just moves people, and he's able to just hold up bodies 2 at a time.
And that was Thomas Booker, who was a free agent last year on the practice squad and had a terrific summer. He is an outstanding young man. He made the play there to stop him. And the Falcons were out of timeouts, but 17 seconds left. So
the push came by Jordan Davis, though. And Booker comes in and does a heck of a job of making the stop.
Do they run it here? The guy he goes to very often.
What are they going to do?
And he had a touchdown last week against Pittsburgh was Pitts. Kyle Pitts. He lines up to the far side. Shotgun. Going back is Cousins. He fires and it's incomplete.
It's a little bit out of reach.
On the far side.
Yeah, Josh Sweat runs free and gets into the face of Kirk Cousins and forces an errant throw to the outside.
He just let it go. And Vaughn was over there in coverage. 3rd down and 4. Eagles tried to protect a 7-3 lead.
Yeah, this is a big down.
3rd down and 4. They line up again. 2 receivers on each side. Now the official's going to hold things up. The Eagles call timeout.
Second charge timeout, Philadelphia. It's a 30-second timeout.
7-3 Eagles.
Well, they call the timeout to gather the thoughts here.
All the high-scoring games.
Yeah.
And this one so far, 10 points in one half.
Wow.
I don't know if I would want to see Jordan Davis come out in this situation. He's such a guy who eats up space.
He's made some plays in this first half.
Even when he's not making the tackle, the fact that he can create such
Here we go. Bijan Robinson standing to the right. Kyle Pitts in motion. Back goes Cousins, firing out of
throws it away.
With 9 seconds to go and 4th down, and they'll bring in the field goal unit. And this is going to be a good stop because it will allow the Eagles to have a halftime lead.
It's a very good stop.
The pressure was there. And it is Younghoe Koo
This is where the Eagles were so successful last week in those short yardage situations, forcing field goals rather than allowing touchdowns.
So with all the missed tackles, the Eagles will have given up, assuming this is good, and it is.
It is good.
Only 6
They're
points
down 1 point
here in the first half. 6 seconds to go. Timeout on the field with the score. Eagles 7, Falcons 6 on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank.
11 likes, guys, and we lost a subscriber down to 49. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, hey, thank you guys for stopping in tonight. Let's be sure to hit that like button on the stream. We're at 11 likes. The more likes, the better, guys. Let me know who you're rooting for. Who, if you have a bet on one of these teams here. So, love to hear from you guys. So we got the Falcons. So the Eagles will get this kickoff. They're going to only have 6 seconds. Not a whole lot you can do. But when they come back out, they'll kick it back off to the Falcons. What did that changes will the Falcons do this second half, guys? I think they're going to keep doing the same thing they've been doing. So we need to see. Sean needs some scoring. 1 on Smith, 1 touchdown, but not looking good for a parlay. Yeah. Right on. So, I'm surprised we only had 1 touchdown in this game. I really am. I thought we'd had more scoring than 1 touchdown. But you never know what you're going to get in the NFL on any given Sunday or Monday or Thursday.
Play here in the first half. Mike, I'm a little concerned about the Eagles' inability, even without A.J. Brown, to get receivers open. They had the 1 pass. Well, they had 1 for a touchdown, but they had an earlier deep pass to Smith.
So I think a lot of that is Jimmy Lake, their defensive coordinator. You know, there are a lot of guys. Jerry Gray, assistant head coach, defensive guy, and the head coach. They're all defensive guys.
The kickoff will be fielded 7 yards deep by Kenneth Gainwell and brought out to the 30. So the Eagles will have a chance for 1 Hail Mary.
So when you talk about like playing, and especially the back end and how they move pieces around on the board on the back end, they're really good at it. Jerry Gray, who played in the league for a long time, I played against him, and you know, you look at the head coach, Raheem Morris, they're a bunch of defensive guys, so you have to expect that.
They're just going to kneel on it and go to the locker room, which they do. Hurts takes the knee.
Hurts takes that knee.
The Piazza Auto Group halftime show sponsored by the Piazza Auto Group with over 35 locations, including Honda, Acura, Mazda, Hyundai, Genesis, Mini, Nissan, Subaru, and Volkswagen. Visit PiazzaAutoGroup.com. There's the end of the first half with the score. The Eagles 7, the Falcons 6 on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank.
PNC Bank.
Since 1865.
I may switch over. Would y'all want Chris Berman? I may switch over to Chris Berman. We'll do his.
Let's talk about extra. Toyota offers tons of extra with Toyota Care.
We got the coach here.
Let them get out and escape. That's outside the 5 there. You know, they've done a nice job.
Through 2 weeks. Let's send it down to Lisa Salters.
Thank you, Joe.
Raheem, Kirk Cousins looking more like himself tonight, but what's been keeping you out of the end zone?
He's gotten back in rhythm. We got to get in the end zone. We got to be able to punch it inside the 5 there. You know, they've done a nice job of playing that man coverage down there, really matching us up. We got to do a better job of execution.
Defensively, Jalen Hurts got away from you a little bit on the Eagles' touchdown drive. What do you have to do better to slow him down?
We got to make sure we keep him in the pocket on those third downs and not let him get out and escape. That's what's been hurting us a little bit on third downs and them breaking pockets and breaking tackles. We got to get him on the ground.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Lisa.
Joe.
All right, our thanks to Raheem Morris for stopping by. Saw some good things from Cousins, good things from Robinson. Eagles have a 1-point lead at the half. Stay tuned. All-State halftime coming your way next.
All righty, guys, we're here at halftime. We got Chris Berman going to do the fastest 3 minutes. We're going to click over and I'll let you listen to that. But running through the Pick'ems League, we had a nasty week 2 in the NFL, guys. Crazy week. Started off with Buffalo and Miami. That was an easy win for Buffalo in Miami. Tua got concussion. Hope the best for him. He stays coming back. New Orleans took on Dallas and went into Dallas and took them out. Hard to believe, guys. So, all right, here we go.
Dip. They get a field goal. They get the ball coming out of the locker room. And on Countdown, we discussed how much Kirk Cousins wasn't under center week 1. Under center 16 of the 31 snaps. What stood out about what they did well in the first half?
I think the first thing is self-scouting yourself. If you're Zach Robinson, the offensive coordinator, understanding that you weren't under center, putting Kirk Cousins in play-action situations like this one, Drake London, that we've seen him excel in throughout his career. And this is what I like. Look at him step up into the pocket, move around, and get the football out of his hands. Bijan Robinson has played extremely well. They now have over 100 rushing yards as a team. But what they have to do is, in the red zone, either be physical enough to allow Bijan to run it in, or Kirk Cousins has to make a play.
Absolutely. They're controlling the line of scrimmage in the run game. Kirk has not been pressured very much at all. But Philly offense really ended that half well, I thought. Jalen is very poised. Even on this scramble, he's sticking in the pocket more than he has been, and then he goes and makes the play at the end with his legs. He made 2 big plays on this stretch. He's the leading rusher right now for Philadelphia.
That's crazy.
Alone.
QB's your leading rusher.
That was a Jalen Hurts drive right here.
Oh, yeah.
See that Jalen wanted to make sure he put his team back in the game.
That play in particular, he wasn't being denied. He had about 3 yards. He had to put his head down and make a play. And you can tell he's working it.
We talked a ton in the lead up about leadership and how you can demonstrate leadership many different ways. You can say it, or you can put your foot in the ground and say, I'm running, I'm getting first downs on 4th down, I'm getting us in the end zone. And they currently have a 1-point lead at the half. See what we deal with out here at halftime? People are dancing, and it's hard to work, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of distractions out here for sure.
It's
Pretty lights, though.
It's a different world. All right.
Like a moth.
Home team leading by 1 at the half. Boomer and the fastest 3 minutes as we continue at the half. And the third quarter, enjoy up there, going up to the booth.
All right, we got Boomer coming up, guys. Who's ready for some Boomer? Bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. And of course, they have to throw in their commercials here. So I can let you guys listen to that. Yeah, guys, so it's been a insane week in week 2 in NFL. On the Pick'ems League, I've done the worst I've done ever going back on picks. I'm currently sitting at 6 wins. Pending this one. Possibly 7. Let's see. We got Buffalo wrong. We got New Orleans wrong. We got Tampa wrong. Green Bay. Titans. It's all over the place, ladies and gentlemen. So be sure, if you have not, I do a Pick'ems video each week with my nephew, and that is up on the channel. We're fixing to do another one for this week, so be sure you check that one out as well.
Eagles by 1 at the half. Time now for Chris Berman in the fastest 3 minutes. Boom.
Hi, Scott. Great to be with you as always on Monday Night Football. I know it's still summer, right? Wearing the tie for it. But week 2 in the NFL to me was a pendulum week. Well, why would I say that? Well, there are 16 games, right? Everybody playing. 6 of them between 1-0 teams. 6 others between 0-1 teams. So keep all that in mind as we head to our fast.
Boom, thank you very much here in Philadelphia.
That is awesome. That's Boomer's fastest 3 minutes. That was the All-State Halftime Show with Boomer Esiason. Not Esiason. All right, let's see here. Lost this stinking thing here. Let's see here. Gotta love Boomer. Clicked off this screen. There it is. Here we go. All right. I only have 3 monitors and get lost where all the screens are at sometimes. So yeah, so running through these games, guys, you can see the pick'ems video that I put out earlier this week. Man, I got some of them way wrong, but there's a lot of crazy upsets. You can look at the odds of the games. Vegas is way down. People lost a lot of money over this weekend. NFL. Crazy week. First off, Buffalo beats Miami at home on Thursday night. New Orleans Saints beats Dallas in Dallas 44-19. Tampa Bay beats Detroit in Detroit 20-16. Green Bay Packers beat Indianapolis 16-10. I got this one right. The Jets beat Tennessee 24-17. I got wrong. Minnesota beat the San Francisco 49ers. Did anybody see that one coming? I think they surprised us there. And the Seahawks beat New England 20-23. That was a close game there. Great game, it looks like there. And then next up, the New York Giants fall again. They're 0-2 to the Washington Commanders. I got that one. Chargers took on Carolina and beat them 26-3. And you saw today the news, if you have not seen yet, but they're going to bench Young. So he is getting benched, and he's not starting anymore. So let's see if that changes in directions for them now. So Cleveland falls to Jacksonville. They beat Jacksonville. Las Vegas Raiders beat Baltimore in Baltimore, guys. That was a crazy game there as well. And the Rams fall to Arizona. What happened to the Rams? It was 41-10. Did anybody see that one coming? Of course, Pittsburgh takes on Denver, beats Denver 13-6. Kansas City in that shootout with Cincinnati, 26-25. That was a close game there as well. And then last night we covered that game here. Chicago goes to Houston and falls to Houston 19-13. Crazy games, guys. And what's going to happen on this game here? Stay here with us and we will find out, ladies and gentlemen. And if you have not already, be sure to smash that like button on the stream. Get those likes coming in.
Be able to break down that pocket and get some hits on him. But I think in the second
something
half,
there in Baltimore. Our Orioles are losing more often too.
Those perimeter runs,
and
they have to have someone come in and
I mean, Baltimore in the offseason, I mean, it's like they're a stout team. I don't know what happened to them.
Well, with the Falcons having a full set of downs inside the 10-yard line late in the second quarter, the Eagles did well to hold them to a field goal, and the Eagles still have a 1 point.
One of those things I can't understand. It's like on paper, it's like this is the better team, but they show up and it doesn't go that way.
That should be over by now. They have to attack this defense, and particularly getting the ball to Devontae Smith.
Who wins the second half, guys?
Kickoff. This time it is deep and into the end zone, and they will kneel down, and the Falcons will take it out to the 30. That's by design. That's the Eagles' philosophy right there. Just kick it off into the end zone. Let's see if this defense can make some plays. They've had a couple of near interceptions, but near isn't good enough. Falcons 1st and 10, ball at the 30. Cousins under center. Bijan Robinson, a single setback. 3 receivers, motion to the near side of the field. Play action. Back goes Cousins. He's got too much time.
Anything else can be crazy too. That's right.
For 8 yards. Over on the far side of the field.
They drive down and score here. I would not be surprised right now. The way they're playing.
Just standing back there, Mike, with nobody around them.
Much too much time. And it's not like you need a spy, because he's not going to go anywhere. But Bryce Huff gets no push at all.
It is 2nd down and 3. Again, under center is Cousins. Bijan Robinson behind him. He takes the handoff. He starts to
falling backward. He still makes a catch
along the right sideline and comes across midfield into Eagles territory at the 44.
And that's just too easy. That's just way too easy. You've got to get guys up in that gap to try and get a hat, or at least turn him back to the inside.
Yeah.
There's no one setting the edge, turning Robinson back to the inside when he runs around the corner.
He is a very talented back, but the Eagles have got to do better against his running.
He's got a first down.
Ball at the Eagles,
up past midfield, too.
Hand off again to Robinson, and this time he plows forward for about 5, maybe 6.
He got more than that.
Tripped up by Zach Bond.
This is one of those games where you wake up tomorrow and you feel awfully sore with all the running that's going on and trying to get Bijan Robinson on the ground.
Here we refresh this guy. Sometimes this guy gets behind. CeeLo and everyone may get a raid. Awesome. CeeLo's getting a raid? Let me try to pull him up here. Freshen this audio.
To the 26-yard line. Blankenship stops him from creating more damage.
Yeah.
But that was a good play on the part of Cousins. The way he
I didn't even know CeeLo was back tonight.
No, it was an excellent play call on the part of their offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson, to throw that little screen. So you let the Eagles sift through the offensive line and drop it right behind them when they get close to the quarterback. So it's a well-executed screen and a play call.
And the key was, of course, Cousins allowing that rush to come and then clearing out the space for Robinson. First down, it's another running play. Coming to the near side is Algier, and he picks up a first down. So it's not just Robinson.
Doesn't matter.
It's Tyler Algier, but the Eagles are being blocked by the Falcons.
It does not matter. There's no one setting the edge, and they're able to get out on the edge every time. It seems like any time they choose to.
1st and 10 Atlanta, back where they were a few minutes ago, down at the Eagles 14. Cousins gives it off to Algier. He's got a hole, and he takes it down to the 10. Now, this is Tyler Algier.
Yeah.
An ordinary back. This is not Bijan Robinson, who was a first-round draft pick.
Yeah, but he's a power guy with very good vision. When you run these zone plays, it allows him to sit behind and pick his spots, and he's powerful. Once he gets to the second level, puts his pads down, he can move people.
Can the Eagles hold them to a field goal again? That's all they had in the first half. 2 field goals. 2nd down and 5. Under center is Cousins. Cousins puts Werner in tight motion. Pitches it out to Algier, and Algier is tracked down from behind on a good play on the far side of the field by Thomas Booker. He did not pick up the first down.
And that's excellent movement by the big man Booker to get to the outside and at least force him out of bounds.
3rd and 4. Can they hold them to a field goal? They're third of the game. They are 1 for 5 on 3rd down conversions. They have to get to the 4 for a first down. Falcons line up. Shotgun. Slot to either side. Motion to the near side in London. Back goes Cousins. He's hit! He's sacked back at the 17.
Wow.
Got him that time. The pressure finally got
the pressure.
And he was brought down
getting to him.
Fantastic job here of Milton Williams, just beating that right guard, swiping his hands off, and making a beeline to Kirk Cousins, getting him on the ground finally.
So they will hold them to another short field goal attempt. Younghoe Koo, 2 for 2. This is another short one, 34-yarder. Spotted, kicked up. And it's good. And the Falcons take the lead. Falcons take the lead at 9-7. That sack, sponsored by Verizon. For every sack this season, Verizon will donate $100 to the.
They're going for a field goal now.
Get to your local Verizon store today.
You can see
the Philadelphia Eagles
just a tad ahead of them.
There's a timeout on the field with the score. Atlanta 9, the Eagles 7 on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865 on 94 WIP.
The Nissan Rogue with available Google built-in helps you make the most of your drive. take care of the small stuff, like,
Hey Google, cool down my car.
and
Hey Google, turn on the dog feeder.
or change up your adventure.
Hey Google, navigate me to the nearest music venue.
Handle your drive like a pro.
Experience the ultimate connection in the new 2024 Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $299 per month lease for 36 months on Rogue. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Not equipped on all vehicles. Requires compatible device. Sequences shortened and simulated. Activation of Nissan Connect services package required. Only use features when safe and legal to do so. Data rates may apply. Subject to third-party service availability. Google, Google Play, and Google Maps are trademarks of Google LLC. Well-qualified lessees. 2024 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $47.39 initial payment excludes tax, title, license, and $695 acquisition fee. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 9/30.
WWE SmackDown is on Sirius XM. Hear it Friday nights at 8 Eastern on NBC Sports Audio Channel 85. Don't miss the superstars in action, like the original Tribal Chief Roman Reigns.
Acknowledge me.
And WWE Undisputed Champion Cody Rhodes.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
Then Saturday morning at 9 Eastern, discuss it all with Busted Open's Denise Salcedo and WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry on Sirius XM Fight Nation, Channel 156, and the all-new Sirius XM app.
Baseball's postseason race heats up on MLB Network Radio.
Grand slam!
Every pitch, every swing, and every catch matters. MLB Network Radio brings you all the live action.
Never seen a play like that!
And expert analysis you need to follow your team. Don't miss a moment of the chase. On MLB Network Radio, Sirius XM 89, and the all-new Sirius XM app.
You're listening to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Touchdown!
On Sirius XM.
An Odyssey station.
This is Brandon Graham. Eagles football plays here. 94 WIP.
10-12 to go here in the third quarter. The good news is the Eagles have held the Falcons to 3 measly field goals. The bad news is the Eagles have only scored 1 measly touchdown. Here is the kickoff. Out deep in the end zone, and the Eagles will take it. Gainwell catches it, and they'll bring it out to the 30. This is not what you call a usual NFL shootout. This is closer to a shutout. Let's see if the Eagles can get the passing game going. Although the last drive, where the Eagles did score their 1 touchdown, the biggest plays were conducted by Jalen Hurts running the football, right for almost 50 yards.
That's how he gave this offense life, his running of the ball and getting them into the position to get that touchdown.
1st and 10. He is in the gun. Barkley to his right. Hurts this time. Gives it outside. And slashing and running for 10 yards is Saquon Barkley.
Barkley with the big run.
Makes the stop. Pickup of 9.
I wish they would get him more involved tonight, too. It's like they stall out some.
The offensive line moving.
Barkley's good.
And giving Saquon space to run.
Ran for 109 against the Packers. 2nd down and 1. Hurts in the gun. Slot to the near side of the field. Campbell outside of Dotson. Over to the far side. Smith. Hurts gives it inside to Barkley, and he picks up the 1st down again. Just runs it hard, right up the middle, up to the 45-yard line, another 4 yards.
I like the patience. There's a little stutter there. He ends up getting tripped coming through the hole, but that little stutter gives the offensive line just enough time to part, just space for him to get through to get the 1st down.
Eagles have a 3 tight end formation.
All right, 2nd and 1 for the Eagles.
Devontae Smith out by his lonesome to the far
This is
side. Hurts.
What happens here?
Under center. Motion, Dallas Goedert. Hurts fakes. Hurts back. Hurts steps up. Hurts grabbed and thrown back at the 40-yard line. That time it was Matthew Judon breaking through.
Again, you're matching up Matthew Judon on the outside. They run a stunt, and he comes from the outside, inside on the guard, and with his speed and power, he's able to get into the backfield and get the quarterback.
So that puts the Eagles in a 2nd down and 15, and you just can't run Barkley.
Well, likes, so guys, keep hitting those likes.
Eagles with 2 receivers to the far side. Goddard off of a wing goes in motion from left to right.
Oh, man.
Back again. He's looking. He steps up. He lets it fly. Complete. He's got Smith, and he's got a first down. Smith gave ground, almost went out of the first down area, but then stepped around and picked it up. And Caden Ellis made the stop on a 14-yard gain.
Yeah, Smith understands where the defender that's trailing him is, and he's able to get away from him. But Ellis, coming from the inside linebacker spot, gets a hit on him.
Now they can go with Barkley again as the ball is near the Falcons' 45. First down, Hurts back. Hurts looking. He loops it to Barkley, who makes a man miss, and then plows forward.
Let's go, Barkley.
5-yard line. Another first down.
This is where I think Barkley is so valuable as the check down guy. Jalen looks down the field, has nothing, checks it down right away to Barkley. He's able to make the linebacker miss, but then the other white shirts come to get him on the ground.
3 receivers, slot to the far side. 1st and 10. Ball at the Falcons' 35. Eagles trail 9-7, 7-11 to go here in the third quarter. In the gun. Hurts. Barkley to his left. This time, running play. Barkley off left tackle. Powers his way to the 32. Pickup of 2 or 3 yards, but that's the running game. Very effective. 4 yards that time. Trey Anderson on the stop.
Yeah, if you can get 4 yards on first down, you're in a good spot. It's the perfect spot for your play caller. There's a lot of variety when you're able to get
Let's go Eagles.
2nd and 6.
Barkley averaging just over 5 yards per carry. He's got 55
Give
yards.
it back to Barkley.
Double tight end. 2nd and 6. Ball at Atlanta's 32. Motion, Calcaterra. Hurts in the gun. Hurts calling for the ball. Here comes the rush. Hurts takes off to the outside. He's looking. Fires. Complete. Inside the 15. It's Devontae Smith leaping and coming down with the ball. Down to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, these are just 2 ballers making plays. When he sprints out to the right side, Devontae Smith does a nice job of uncovering and giving Jalen somewhere to go with the ball.
Eagles into the Deborah Hart Lung Center red zone. 1st and 10. Ball at the 14. Running play. Barkley. He's at the 10. He's at the 9. They're in the Deborah Hart Lung Center red zone.
Smith was able to just get underneath him there.
Donation of the Deborah Hospital Foundation. Abakiti makes the stop. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. There's nothing Barkley can't do. He can run, he can catch, and he can block.
Yes, he can. He does it all. And now you're in a situation where if you want to use Barkley, I think it's the easiest way to the goal line.
Covey in as a 3rd receiver. Eagles go trips left. 2nd down and 6. Hurts swings it out to Covey. Covey makes a man miss. He is out of bounds at the 6. Covey takes it down to the 6. It'll be 3rd down and short. 3rd catch for Covey tonight, all for short yardage.
It's all about the numbers. When Jalen sees that extra defender come down in the box, he's out wide, almost over the slot. And when he comes inside and adds an extra guy around the line of scrimmage, he chooses to throw it out to Covey and see if they can make it work on the bubble screen.
It is 3rd down and 3. Trips out to the far side of the field. Eagles only 1 for 5 on 3rd down conversions. Motion to the near side of the field. Hurts in the gun. Hurts back. Hurts looks. Hurts fires. Incomplete. The pass was there for Smith, but he was hammered the second the ball arrived at the goal line.
Yeah, it's a really good job by Jesse Bates, the safety, making a play on the ball. You know, if this one's out a little bit farther in front of him and the Slim Reaper has to run to it, there's a chance. But Bates is such a good player on the back end, and he makes a play on the ball.
All right, in comes Jake Elliott to attempt to give the Eagles the lead, and I think they're doing the right thing. And now Jake Elliott goes in motion. Jake Elliott. Hurts under center. No. They're going to call a timeout. Under center that time was Calcaterra. They had something up their sleeve, but something didn't go right.
They wanted to try and get the Falcons to jump off sides. It doesn't matter that Jake's going to be backed up 5 yards.
No.
If they can get them to jump off sides right here, then they get a fresh set of downs.
Nothing would surprise me. This will be a 29-yard chip shot for Jake to give the Eagles a 1-point lead. Ball is spotted, high snap. Kick is up, and the kick is good, and the Eagles lead 10-9. There's another $500 donation for the local Chevrolet dealers Kicks for Kids program, benefiting the Child Life Education and Creative Arts Therapy Department at Children's Hospital in Philadelphia. There's a timeout on the field. This shootout stands 10-9, the Eagles lead on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865 on 94 WIP.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're at 13 likes. We got another sub in. It didn't notify us on the sub, but hey, thank you for subscribing. Be sure, if you're new here, guys, turn on that bell notifications so whenever I drop a video, go live, you can be here and interact. We cover NASCAR, football, baseball, basketball. We cover a lot of different sports here. I try to bring you the best coverage I can bring you each and every stream. Let me know if you like this content, guys. I'd love to hear from you. Interact with chat. Hey, I'm here for you guys. So whatever you guys need, let me know in chat. I'll do my best to find you the information you need. We have a great game going on here. Eagles are back on top by 1. What did you guys think about this now? Is this going to be the game you're expecting tonight on Monday night with these two teams? Falcons are 0-1. I didn't expect it. Change your likes up to 15. Awesome. We're at 14 likes, guys. Keep those likes coming in. It does show online 15. I think it's like my wife likes every stream and she's a mod, so sometimes it doesn't show a mod sometimes. Falcons are moving down the field. Wow. 3rd and 12 for the Falcons. Huge down here. 3rd and 12. They're going for it. Uh-oh. I can't believe they went for it. Oh. Doesn't. And it's caught. Is he going to make it in? And he is a touchdown. Falcons, guys. They go up. Wow. 15-10. The Falcons are back in the lead. 1:21 to go here in the 3rd quarter. All right, guys, let's keep those chats coming in. Who's going to score 1st and 3rd quarters? So we figured that out. It was actually the Eagles did. Going to end that poll. They're going for 2. And they deflected.
NC Bank.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had it muted here, guys.
1865 on 94 WIP.
I'm sucking it up tonight. Bad.
Failure specialists and everywhere in between. Offense, defense.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to mute it anymore. We'll just leave it on.
One of the premier heart hospitals
15-10
in South Jersey. Remember, when it's your heart, you don't take chances. DemandDeborah.org.
If you're in the restaurant, hospitality, or casino business and your point of sale system isn't helping you sell more, earn more, or work less, you need to talk to my friends at PDQ Signature Systems. PDQ has everything you need for success, including advanced mobile reporting, direct integration to delivery apps, 24/7 customer service, and so much more. Whether you have a single location restaurant or thousands of locations, Joe Flynn and his team at PDQ can help. Visit PDQPOS.com.
Try on mom jeans. 80s and 90s pop, so soft and nostalgic. It'll have you decorating your kitchen with country geese. From Celine Dion, Wilson Phillips, and more. Indulge in the allure of mom jeans. Here for a limited time on Channel 17 starting Thursday and available year-round as one of over 200 extra channels on the SiriusXM app.
Hey, football fans, this is Jim Miller.
And I'm Pat Kerwin. Be sure to join us tomorrow for Moving the Chains at 3 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio.
We'll be covering all the action from Falcons-Eagles on Monday night and talking with Commanders head coach Dan Quinn.
Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest injury news and start to peek ahead to Week 3. And whether you want to brag or you want to vent, we're always looking forward to your calls.
So come talk some ball with us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern on Moving the Chains, SiriusXM, NFL Radio, Channel 88, and the all-new SiriusXM app.
Up the middle, touchdown!
You're listening to SiriusXM.
Oh, right here on WIP.
Tonight's stats presented to you exclusively by PNC Bank. PNC, brilliantly boring since 1865.
Cousins 14 of 21 for 163 yards and that touchdown. Bijan Robinson 12 carries for 96 yards. Hurts 13 of 18, 116 and a touchdown. Barkley 12 carries, 59 yards. Give him the ball.
Mike, I know. Well, here's the kickoff right now, and they boot it into the end zone, and the Eagles will not take it back. They'll down it. Gainwell catches it. They'll come out to the 30. I know a little later on you're going to tell us it's crunch time for your friends at Hers.
Yes.
And they're great, and all that is fine and well. However, let me just tell you that this drive, to me, represents crunch time because this game has gone back and forth, and it is time for the Eagles to take command and put a 7 spot on the board.
And what do I say to that? I completely agree. I think they have to answer. The Falcons were able to drive the ball down the field, get a touchdown. The Eagles must answer.
1st and 10. Ball at the 30. On first down, play action. Hurts, looks, rolls. He is going to run, and he comes across the 30 and runs out at the 32 or 33-yard line. Gave it a look downfield, didn't see what he wanted. Britton Covey comes in. Mike, I'm surprised. I have seen Jahan Dotson quite a few times with opportunities to catch deep balls.
And Paris Campbell was the shot there. He did have a play to Paris Campbell on the end cut, but just didn't like it at the time. He had already started running.
It is 2nd down and 7. Hurts this time. Fakes, swings it out on the flat. He has got Covey. There's a penalty flag as Covey weaves his way and has a first down. There's a penalty flag on the near side that's going to be an eligible man downfield.
Yes.
That was a great play with the swing pass out to Covey, and he made the miss, and they had a first down, and for the umpteenth time in this game.
Yep, Cam Jurgens was downfield. Cam Jurgens was at least 4 yards down the field when the ball was thrown, and on these types of plays, you just have to know that you got to stand your ground.
This is killing them.
But it's the type of offense that they run with all the run action by the offensive line, but he's throwing the ball.
2nd down and 12, and Covey had a first down. And the penalty had nothing to do with it, except bring it back. Hurts again in the gun. He's back. He's looking. He steps up. He fires. He completes it. And being tackled across the 35-yard line is Devontae Smith. But it's going to put them at a 3rd and 4.
See, in the offensive line, they don't know that the ball is being thrown. The ball could have been handed off. So you get Cam Jurgens, and he's climbing to the 2nd level, trying to get a linebacker.
It is 3rd down and 4. Eagles are only 1 for 6 on 3rd down.
It's the end of the 3rd quarter.
It is the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. The Falcons 15, the Eagles 10. On the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. A 94 WIP. As a bank, PNC prides themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the dynamic greater Philadelphia community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. PNC has dedicated teams throughout the local area, all ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
What's on the menu for football season?
Pork, of course. Get ready for game day with Hatfield and put some pork on your fork. Elevate your kickoff cuisine in halftime feast with Hatfield's winning lineup of marinated pork tenderloins, pork loin fillets, ground pork and sausage, bacon and ham. Whether you're the tailgate king or gridiron gourmet, Hatfield helps you savor the taste of victory. Visit simplyhatfield.com for play-by-play menu inspiration. Find your flavor with Hatfield.
If you want to win your fantasy football league, you need to listen to Fantasy Sports Radio.
What a play!
From start-sit decisions to waiver wire advice to injury updates, Sirius XM Channel 87 helps you win your fantasy football league. With expert advice from Jeff Mans.
Making the most moves doesn't result in the most wins.
Howard Bender.
Just because you're allowed to make a waiver move doesn't mean you have to make a waiver move.
Jeff Ratcliffe.
Don't overvalue wide receiver cornerback.
Bob Harris.
If you're in a league that doesn't have IR, go out and start looking to waiver wires for players who are about to be activated.
Adam Ronis.
Personally, I don't like trading for injured players because there's a risk of a setback.
And so much more.
You've done wonders for me through the years.
Winning strategies from the best analysts in the business are on Fantasy Sports Radio, Sirius XM 87, and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
You're listening to the Philadelphia Eagles. Touchdown! On Sirius XM.
2 on 94 WIP.
We're now entering the round fourth quarter presented by Toyota, official automotive partner of the NFL. Toyota, let's go places. Eagles moving left to right here in the fourth quarter. Big play by the Falcons, going for it on fourth down in that quarter and making it. And then they had the touchdown by Darnell Mooney. 3rd down and 4 for the Eagles. Ball at their own 36. Hurts in the gun. Eagles stand up and look back. Long count. Motion. Barkley. Hurts back. Hurts looking. Still looking. He is pumping. He is rolling. He is coming to the near side of the field. He is going to throw the football. He completes it. Britton Covey came out of nowhere and made the catch at the 45-yard line.
It's all scramble. You know, the Falcons come with just a 3-man pressure, so it's going to give them a lot of time to throw the ball. They're covering up the receivers. It becomes a scramble drill at that point. Covey finding an opening.
1st and 10. Ball at their own 45. The drive continues. Hurts on 1st down. Backpedals. He slings it out. And this time it's caught again by Covey. Picks up a few yards. Alford. Covey has become a go-to guy. Not much on that one, however. Just a yard. I think that's his 5th catch of the game.
And they're going with their tempo offense.
Hurts lines them up. Football at the 46, their own 46. 3 receivers out to the far side of the field. Barkley, who has been quiet lately, stands to the right of Hurts. Hurts on 2nd down. Goes into a long count. Looks over at Barkley. Takes the football. He's looking. He's rolling. He's got Barkley over the middle, but shy of midfield. He wanted to get it to Barkley, but Barkley had practically fallen down near midfield, and that will put the Eagles in a very important 3rd down and 5.
He's really
3rd and 6, actually.
Taking his time at the offensive line and making sure that he knows exactly who's coming.
Hurts in the gun one more time. Out to the near side, the dangerous Devontae Smith. Slot to the far side of the field. Hurts with Barkley standing to his left. Hurts into a long count. Hurts takes the snap. He's back. Hurts steps up. He fires. Complete. It is close to a 1st down. We'll see where they mark it. It's going to be marked short of the stripe. He caught it. Was Devontae Smith caught it and then was knocked back.
Well, and you're right. I was going to tell you that it's crunch time, and it is right now. Dial up your snack with zesty Hers, sour cream and onion chips. Hers, rooted in flavor.
Well, last year this would be automatic tush push. Can they get it right here? Hurts under center. Hurts calling for the football. Hurts still calling. Hurts still calling. Still calling. He takes the snap and he's got it.
Yep.
He gave them a lot of false inflections with his voice And finally, at the right moment, when he felt they were going to be cautious, he took the snap and stuck for 2 more yards.
Yeah, and off that left side behind Landon Dickerson, he really just plows it up. He gets really good movement, and Jalen gets right behind Landon, and they're able to get a fresh set of downs.
Brotherly shove, alive and well. Eagles trailing 15-10. Under 12 to go here in regulation. Hurts lines them up. Slot to the far side of the field. Double tight end. Motion. This time, Hurts gives it off. Barkley running with the football. He is pushing and shoving but cannot get far. Picks up about 3 yards before Mike Hughes sends him backwards. Tell you what, since that opening series or two, the Falcons have done a pretty good job defending Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, and you know that with the Falcons, the defense is going to be the center of their football team, and it is proven that tonight in the way they play.
13 carries, 62 yards, empty backfield this time. Trips left, slot right. Hurts back. Hurts fires. It is complete to Covey, but he's short of the first down. He is short of the 35-yard line. Short passes to Covey.
Well, and the Falcons were going to do the same thing again, just rush 3 and try and take away all of Jalen Hurts' targets. He quickly gets it out to Covey right in front of A.J. Terrell.
But it's 3rd down and 3. You ought to get Barkley. Barkley ought to be able to pick this up in the right formation.
And the Eagles have only converted 2 of their 8 third down opportunities.
Here they are, 3rd down and 3. Ball at the 36. Hurts in the gun. Motion. Barkley. Hurts takes the snap. He's going to run. He's got the first down. He's got more. He takes it down to the 22-yard line. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts running with the football for 12 more yards.
Yeah, this is a good decision by Hurts. You know, he pulls guys from the left side to the right side. He takes his time. He's patient. He picks his way, and he gets into their secondary, then drops the hat on Jesse Bates, the
Under
safety.
10 to go in regulation. Eagles trailing 15-10. 1st and 10 at the Falcons 23. Barkley goes down across the 15, takes it down to the 13. Now they're running. The Eagles are in the Deborah Heart and Lung Center red zone, which means a $100 donation to the Deborah Hospital Foundation. It is 2nd and 1, and the world is your oyster. You can do what you want. You can run, you can fake. Let's see what Hurts does. Hurts takes it, fakes, runs, and dives forward and has the first down. That was not automatic. The Falcons were on him. He had to do some sidestepping, but he did and picked it up before Arnold Ebiketie made the stop.
Yeah, Ebiketie knows how to play this play because he takes away the dive, or he's going to be a factor on the dive, as well as being able to get to the outside and stop Jalen from getting a big run to the outside.
Under 9 minutes to play in regulation. The Falcons by 5, but the Eagles are 12 yards away from regaining the lead.
You know, a couple of years ago, that was much more effective, but teams know how to defend that much better.
Tight formation. Nobody split. Now motion. Smith. This time the handoff to Barkley. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Penalty flag thrown as Barkley takes it inside the 6.
Yeah, it's going to be a holding.
On the Eagles.
Yep.
I guess they're going to call it on
offense, number 89.
Johnny Wilson.
It's a 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Hey, Johnny Wilson kind of gives it away. When he's on the field, they usually want him blocking on the perimeter. And this time, he just grabs a lot of the cornerback and just holds on to him.
So it is 1st and goal from the 18.
The 8th penalty on the night against the Eagles.
1st and goal from the 18. Hurts in the gun. 3 receivers to the right. 1 left. Hurts takes the snap again. He's going to run. Hurts dives. He's at the 10. Goes to the outside. Pushing forward. And he's almost got it. He may be 2 yards short. Hurts running with the football. That's what Hurts can do.
Yeah.
Awfully well. 12 yards.
He gets the center out in front of him. He gets Saquon Barkley out in front of him, and they're just trying to escort him to the goal line.
Anyone want to say that Hurts has lost his speed? Don't think so. It is 2nd and goal from the 4. Hurts again backing up. He's got Barkley to his left. Slot to the near side. Devontae Smith to the far side. Hurts this time gives it to Barkley, who spins forward for only a yard. Here we are in a 3rd down and 3.
So he'll get a play call from the sideline maybe here, but when they're in this tempo mode, it's Hurts calling all the plays himself. And I think he's getting more and more comfortable at doing that.
3rd down and 3 from the 5. Have to get just inside the 3. Almost to the 2. Double tight end. Hurts under center. Barkley behind him. Motion.
Touchdown.
This time, fakes. He rolls. He fires. Complete. Barkley. Touchdown.
Saquon Barkley.
Call it touchdown, but they are going to review it. All scoring plays were reviewed.
To come down the line as if he's going to run into the line of scrimmage. He runs right into the flat, and Jalen hits him on that flat route, and he falls into the end zone, and they have to go for 2.
They have to go for 2 because if it were 16-15 or 17-15, it wouldn't matter.
Right.
But if it were 18-15, the worst that could happen with a field goal would be to tie them.
It's under review.
Why is it under review?
Hey, Ricky, welcome to the channel, man.
The run was down.
Seahawks fan.
It'll be 1st down. Philadelphia.
Oh, he is clearly down.
Chevrolet, come check out their award-winning lineup of hard-working trucks and versatile SUVs. Plus, find exciting deals available right now at your local Chevy dealer. Boy, I don't know, Mike.
Well, the officials made the call, so that's what it is. It's going to be on the half-yard line.
Hey, Ricky, I appreciate the sub there, man. Thank you, bud.
The ball hasn't crossed the goal line.
He is right. He is absolutely right. However,
you're amazing, man. I hope you're having a great day, Ricky.
Brotherly shove, quarterback
Let's go, baby.
and all of the above.
Eagles are back up. They're doing the tush push.
Hurts under center.
And that is in there. Look at that. Let's go. Thank you, Ricky. I cover football, baseball, basketball, and NASCAR as well, my friend. I cover a little bit of everything, so I'm not as good as Mario, but man, hey, we're building a community here, man.
And they get right in behind him. Kenny Gainwell.
I did have a great day, man. I cannot complain, man. Hey, I'm breathing. Everybody's healthy. That is the main thing. And I hope you're having a great day as well.
Or call the name Dallas Goedert nearly enough tonight. And I think that it has to be different because he's too good of a player not to be more involved.
Monday Night Football. Hey, we got a crazy week in NFL. This has been a crazy week. So we also have next week, week 3, we'll have our Pick'em video coming out.
Slot to the far side of the
field. Yes, me and Mario are friends.
A wing to the near side.
Both from Texas here. We haven't met. We talk on the phone, but we kind of bounce ideas off from YouTube. So, yeah, absolutely. Mario is a great streamer, man.
They're lining him up just shy of the goal line.
I would like to see that again. Watching, I thought he penetrated. I
think they're going to go to the replay. They're going to go.
Absolutely, man. Crazy week. In my Pick'ems video, I'm currently at 6 wins.
You and all of the Eagles. The ball definitely gets across.
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
Oh.
Touchdown. And we're at 2 extra points.
They gave him the 2. They got the 2 points. So he barely got it in there.
Kicked off, but I do believe that he
absolutely.
Did get it over.
I thought he did too.
I try to make it better, man. I try to make this better each week. That's my goal. Graphics, bring everything in. I got custom logo graphic stuff done. So yeah, man, I try to make it more eye appealing than just me sitting here and talking like I initially started. Some of my first streams on this was kind of crazy.
On the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC.
And I also bring in the radio broadcast too. My throat hasn't been up to it, so I can't talk it like I normally do. I normally do what Mario does, play-by-play, but I'm trying to get my throat better so I can do it play-by-play.
Verizon in Philly's got you. Trade in
6:47 to go. Man. My goal is within this next year to upgrade my computer, to get a little bit better computer so I can try to even upgrade this stream better, get the quality up, get a better camera. I've got a decent one, but I wanted to get a better camera, do more of a 3D, a little bit better, because if I stand up, it kind of cuts out because I'm using a graphics card to do it. So I've got a lot of work to do to make it better and better, so we're working on it.
With Monday Night Football underway,
Who will finish this one?
The Eagles looking for a third straight 2-0 start.
Man, that would be amazing, Kenneth. I can't go this year, but maybe next year. Maybe next year. Lord willing, the cards fall right, and I can get the funds to do that. That would be awesome.
The NASCAR Cup Series is on SiriusXM. We're back on the track Saturday,
6:30 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Bass Pro Shops Night Race from Bristol Motor Speedway. On SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app. Get closer to everything that moves you wherever you are with the SiriusXM app.
Let's make some smoke and drink some beer. Yes!
You're listening to the NFL Touchdown on SiriusXM.
UIP.
The drive of the game is sponsored by Nissan. At Nissan, they make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Here is the kickoff. It is deep, and it will be.
All right. Here come the Falcons on this dynamic kickoff.
Yeah, that last possession, 17 plays the Eagles had, but they consumed 9.5 minutes, which shortens the length of the game, but being able to get 7 points or 8 points at the end of that was big.
So it comes out to the 30. I hate that it comes out to the 30. I almost would like to have found a way that they could kick high and short and contain them further closer to their own end zone.
Well, we saw a little bit more of getting pressure on Kirk Cousins in that last possession, and we need to see a little bit more.
Maybe. Stay tuned. I'm working on some NASCAR stuff.
Red jerseys anymore. You're allowed to hit him. They've got to get to Kirk Cousins.
They go with a pistol formation. Ball at the 30 on first down. Hand off to Bijan.
Got 3 races. We got Truck Series back. Xfinity. Got car videos. So we got a lot coming this week.
He is, but the old guy, Brandon Graham, does a heck of a job here of forcing Robinson to bounce it to the outside. Nakobe Dean coming up from the linebacker spot. He's able to make the stop, but it's BG spilling him to the outside.
It is second down and 9. 3 receivers to the near side of the field. Ball at the 31. Motion, Mooney. This time, play action. Back goes Cousins. Has time. He is throwing deep, and it's incomplete. Too deep. Looking for Mooney, who was pretty well covered, and Cousins had to throw that because the pressure was in his face.
Yeah.
Now, third down.
Little congestion on the back end, so Mooney gets held up a little bit, but you're exactly right. That pocket started to collapse around Kirk Cousins. He felt like he had to get it out of his hands, and it's the pressure that forced the errant throw.
Cousins and the Falcons are 1 for 7 on third down conversions, but none bigger than this. 3rd and 9 from the 31. Falcons line up. Eagles jumping around on defense.
I think their defense, I think so, Ricky.
Officials timeout for injury. There's an injury on the field, timeout.
There's an injury on the field.
Kenneth, I'm going to do both.
I don't know.
I'm going to stream both at the same time, Kenneth.
There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 18, the Falcons 15.
That's my goal.
On the Eagles Radio Network presented by Pete.
NASCAR I won't be on, but football I will. I'm going to do the
on 94
radio and track time.
Hi,
So yeah, a lot coming up this week, guys. I think Ricky, I think the Eagles have this one. If their defense can hold, I think they've got it for sure. But never give up, man. Anything can happen. I've seen too much crazy stuff. And this week in the NFL, anything's possible. My coworker, if he's in here tonight, D-Way, he said it earlier. He said, you watch the Falcons win tonight. I'm like, man, I wouldn't be surprised with everything else that's happened. So, is he going to be right? D-Way, I think you may be right. Let's see. They drive it down here and score, or they could tie it, or they could win it. Let's see here. It'll be interesting to do. It'll be my first NASCAR and NFL stream simultaneous. So I'll put the NASCAR on my laptop, and NFL will be on my desktop. Bum, bum, bum.
Defensive play of the game. They go down. 3rd and 9 for the Falcons from their own 31. Eagles lead. Back goes Cousins. He steps up. He fires. He completes it, but it's short of a first down, I believe. It is short of a first down as he connects with Drake London. It will be a 4th down and 1.
And they're going to go for it. You know, they're able to get all the way up to just 1 yard shy.
They have to.
And they're going to keep their offense on the field, and they're going tempo. The Eagles have to be patient right here and make sure that they don't jump off sides.
Cousins under center. Cousins gives it to Robinson. They stack him up.
They stop him. Oh, there's a flag down.
And now they're going to throw a flag.
Yeah, but that's post play. It's going to be the Eagles football, but they're going to be penalized after the play. I think Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, he's celebrating and flipped his helmet off.
Ruling on the field is Atlanta was short of the line of game. There is no foul on the play. First down.
I like that. That's
oh.
that flag up.
Yep, they do.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is just having a blast.
There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 18, the Falcons 15 on the Eagles Radio Network presented by
Wow. That was a crazy stop right there. Now they just need to run out the clock. The Eagles 5:38. Ricky. Wow. Let's go Eagles. Fly Eagles fly, baby. Is it what you guys thought it was going to be? I think so, man. This is crazy. Crazy stuff here, guys. So, what a game. What a week of NFL for sure. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. Had a dog get out, guys. I haven't decided on that one yet, Kenneth.
Summer with the Honda CR-V.
All right.
Your fun-to-drive weekend getaway vehicles.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. 2 minutes to go. 1st and 10. What's going to happen here, guys? Anything can happen. What a crazy week. I'm going to do a video over this week of football. I may do it tomorrow. Yeah. I got to make a video over what has happened this week in football, NFL. All these games have been insane. They're an hour apart. I could probably do both games. Do one on my laptop, just radio and overlay, and then me on one. So we'll do our best to do both, Kenneth. That will be our goal. So I appreciate you being in here, man. That's a good idea. We'll just do them both. How about that? I'll be on one, but we'll stream them both at the same time. I'm test streaming now. I've got the Astros streaming live on my channel as long as this game as well. I'm testing it out on my laptop. It was acting up the other day. Let's go. Alrighty, guys. We're counting down here. Are they going to come away with... That's it. I don't know. This is a crazy one. Eagles are projected to win, so just saying. All right. Here we go. We got the radio back in.
Field goal range. And
here we go. 3rd and 1, not 1st and 10.
First things first, and that is pick up this half yard.
I've been around.
Penalty flag coming in.
Say exactly that.
I'm just a tad ahead with the live coverage here.
Yeah.
Penalty flag.
No,
they just
right away giving them the first down, and Nick Sirianni doesn't want to take the penalty.
Why?
I don't know.
Offside. Defense, number 93. That penalty is declined.
Because Nick wants the extra play.
That's right.
To use the time. Encroachment. Because this will take more time from the Falcons. Push time. They've got it. They push, they shove, they've got it.
And even if you have to do it twice, it's going to work. So you get a first down here. Now they have to run the clock. They have to call timeouts on the other side. And there it is.
It's a 30-second timeout.
And the Falcons have 2 timeouts left. Eagles can force them to use.
All right.
Don't think you're going to see the ball in the air.
Who's going to take it?
Although, who knows? I have been surprised before. Jalen Hurts has played as clean a game as you could possibly play. His passing has been precise. His running has been spectacular. His leadership has been great.
And they have leaned on Saquon Barkley. He has a total touches of 24 for 109 yards on the night.
Hurts in the gun. Pistol formation. Barkley behind him. It's time to hand off to Barkley. He's pushing and he's shoving. And the Falcons are still backing up as he takes it for another 4 yards.
And force them to call timeout number 2. So they're able to do this one more time.
Yep. 1:51 remaining in regulation.
Oh, man.
They're going to take advantage of this timeout, get over and have a conversation just to make sure that everyone is on the same page. They're bringing in Big Fred Johnson right now, an extra big.
Timeout on the field with the score. Eagles 18, Falcons 15 on the Eagles Radio Network presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865 on 94 WIP.
Hi, this is Joe Mederchik, PNC Bank Regional President. Sticking to the fundamentals and not wavering from the game plan is a great philosophy for football and banking. And for nearly 160 years, our dedicated local PNC teams are in formation to help fans receive sound and reliable personalized financial advice.
All right, guys, we're counting down here. 1:51 to go in the game. Eagles have the ball. Atlanta's 13. They're up. Who's going to win? Most likely Eagles at this point, but it's not over till it's over, so don't click away. Be sure to hit the like on the button. Our goal is 20 likes on the stream. Sitting at 14 still, guys, so hit that like button if you have not already. Those likes help the stream tremendously.
Be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more.
Let's go, baby. Hit that like button, guys. We're 6 away from hitting 20 likes. This has got to be the longest timeout ever. I forgot we're watching a football game. The timeout's been so long. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Trying to speed up the game.
$151 remaining in regulation. The Falcons have one timeout remaining. Eagles lead 18-15.
Yeah,
they have a second down and 6.
They've added an extra big on the offensive line. They bring in Fred Johnson. He's going to line up like a tight end.
Pistol formation. Now they shift out of it. Hurts gives it off to Barkley again. Pushing forward close to another first down as he takes it to the 10. And the Falcons kill the clock for the final time.
Charge timeout, Atlanta.
The last one, then they...
What a game this is.
Hope they don't... Should be a 30-second. They shouldn't let it take 5 minutes like they did last time.
The big difference has been Jalen Hurts, both in the air and on the ground, and Saquon Barkley, who is power personified.
22 carries for 95 yards for Barkley. Jalen Hurts had 13 carries for 85 yards and a touchdown. So you're right. They put it on the legs of these two guys, and they have really come through.
And while the defense was slashed on the ground early and with one deep pass to Darnell Mooney for a touchdown, when it counted, they had the answers. Right now, 1:46 remaining. They have a third down and 3.
Number 74, as reported, is eligible.
If they pick it up, the game is over.
They're trotting out that extra big once again. Fred Johnson lining up at the left tight end spot.
Hurts in the gun. Barkley to his right. And right now, the Eagles are going to call a timeout.
Well,
timeout.
They're running out of time.
It's a 30-second timeout.
The play clock was all the way down, shot clock, and the penalty, the flag was thrown in the end zone, but at the same time, the officials on the sideline, they got the timeout called from Nick Sirianni.
So, they either pick up the first down, or I would imagine they kick a field goal to make it a 6-point game, and the Falcons have no timeouts remaining. Well, we will see. 18-15. It has been as close as the score indicates. Hurts lines them up again. Barkley behind him. Now, Hurts is under center this time. Hurts into a long count. He is rolling. He throws the football, and it's dropped. He put it into the hands of Barkley on the near sideline, and he dropped it.
That's a pretty sure play. I like the play call here. Everything is there except the catching up the football. Saquon Barkley.
That was the one mistake that Barkley made.
It's just out of character.
Well, 1:42 to go.
So they really managed to
at the field goal unit now.
Atlanta Falcons have, because after 2 minutes, the clock's still at 1:42. That's a really good job of managing the clock.
Here's a 28-yard field goal attempt. Spotted, kicked up, and it is good. And the Eagles lead by 6 at 21-15. There's another $500 donation from the local Chevrolet dealers Kicks for Kids program, benefiting the Child Life Education and Creative Arts Therapy Department at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.
You would prefer to not have your defense go back onto the field. You would prefer that they are able to run this time off of the clock and just save the defense, but the defense has to come out and do it one more time.
They do. And it's never safe. It's never safe until it's over. However, the Eagles will kick off deep into the end zone, preventing any run back. And then the Falcons will have to go the length of the field. A field goal does them no good. They need a touchdown, and they have no timeouts remaining. So all signs are in the Eagles' favor. But you and I have seen too many things over the years to count any win until they are ahead with zeros on the clock. Here is the kickoff. It is high, and it is taken deep in the end zone. And
Kirk Cousins is back on the field.
Bring it out to the 30.
Here he comes.
70 yards to defend.
That was an 11-yard drive the Eagles put together. It almost consumed 4 minutes, but again, the Falcons have 1:39 left in this game to try and get more points.
Well, they need 6. Cousins in the gun.
Cousins.
Eagles need some pressure. Kyle Pitts.
Hurry up offense for the Falcons. No timeouts.
Here comes the rush. He steps up, he fires, he completes it up at the 40 for a first down to Kyle Pitts. Clock ticking. 129. 128. That's an 11-yard pickup. Cousins calling the play. Cousins is back again. He steps up.
Falcons are down by 6.
And wide open and making the catch across the 40.
Oh, he was wide open too, guys.
Way too much space. It looks like a 2-deep zone on
guys, don't forget, hit that like button on the stream if you're here.
The corner that's up front and the safety gets underneath the safety.
This isn't over yet. 1st and 10. Back
wow, these Falcons are moving it down the field.
He completes it. Mooney.
Oh no!
Same thing.
The Falcons are 12.
Falcons are knocking away, 12 yards away.
3 passes did it.
We're going to have another upset tonight.
Nobody feels worse right now than Saquon Barkley, who could have won the game by catching an easy pass and falling down. But the Falcons have a 1st and 10 at the 12. They trail by 6. In the gun. Cousins, he's back. He steps up. He fires. He completes it inside the 10 to...
Oh, man.
And steps out of bounds with 4.
There we go. Hit the 15. 5 more likes. Hit 20.
Can you believe this would be
Can we do it, guys? Those likes help the channel. Appreciate you.
Heartbreaking loss.
And they're not
what a game. What a game here on Monday night, guys.
They're getting free release.
Wrap up a crazy week 2.
Open voids in the zone. And Kirk Cousins knows how to get to those zones.
Cousins in the gun. slots to either side. Cousins is back. Cousins steps up. He lets it fly. Incomplete. Incomplete, intended for Ray McCloud. Incomplete.
Well, that is one heck of a play by Avonte Maddox.
That was close on being. That should have been pass interference. He had him spun around backwards.
A half minute to go down and kick a field.
Wow.
And the Eagles have all their timeouts. It's 3rd and 5. Here it is, 3rd and 5. Cousins in the gun. 3 receivers right. Mooney left. Cousins back. Cousins looking. Puts it in the air. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Falcons.
He's got it to London in the corner of the end zone.
Right in front of.
That is crazy.
34 seconds left.
Crazy drive. 34 seconds on the clock. That's still plenty of time for the Eagles. You can see they have 2 timeouts left.
Outcut on Slay and just runs right away from him, and the ball is perfectly placed.
This will give the Falcons the lead with 34 seconds. But don't forget, the Eagles have 2 timeouts remaining.
London gives Slay a little shake at the top of that route, and Slay takes that step to the inside, and that's all he needs to get the separation for Cousins to fit the ball in.
After the touchdown, unsportsmanlike conduct. Atlanta, number 5, has a 15-yard penalty, and we will do the try.
Well, 15-yard penalty is going to make this. Now, Younghoe Koo has made all of his field goal attempts, but this one is going to be 49 yards. This is not an automatic. But the way they kick today in the NFL, it's almost an automatic to give them the lead. Here we go. The ball is spun. The kick is away. And the kick is good. Falcons lead, believe it or not, 22-21. 22-21 with 34 seconds left.
Amazing.
I cannot believe what has happened.
That they
this is crazy.
Allowed them to march directly downfield, and they're playing this zone, and the zone is much too soft because they're giving up too much space.
Wow, this one's going down the wire, ladies and gentlemen.
All the Eagles have to do, they have 3 timeouts, is get down to the 35.
Did y'all see this one? This is going to be another upset. The Eagles, you can see the predictions. They were picked by 5.5 points. Could you believe that?
Well, and for Atlanta, I would start the way they started the game. Kick it into that zone and force a return.
And then erase some seconds. Well, let's see what they do. Bradley Pinion.
See if they can do it here. They just got to kick a field goal. They got 2 timeouts. Jalen Hurts.
Here is the kickoff. It is deep, and it will not be returned. Eagles take
no return.
So they will come out to the 30-yard line, and they need approximately 40 yards. They need approximately 40 yards.
Let's go, guys.
2 timeouts remaining. Can Jalen Hurts put Jake Elliott in position to win this game? He lines them up.
All right.
Slot to the near side. Lone receiver to the far side. He cannot take a sack.
Hurts they just need to get a field goal here, guys.
He steps up. He's looking, still looking. He is firing, and it is complete for a first down.
First down, Eagles.
Clock ticking. They kill the clock with 26 seconds.
Philadelphia.
They call a timeout on that.
Game clock for 27 seconds.
A
30-second timeout.
Very well thrown ball. Great job, Dallas Goedert, on that crossing route, giving Hurts a spot to throw the ball into.
Keep in mind the Eagles have only 1 timeout. And I'm saying they have to get to the 35-yard line, which would give Jake Elliott.
Jalen Hurts, you want the ball in the playmaker's hand here.
Field goal. No, about a 52-yard field goal.
Here we go. 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line.
Than that. Hurts again lines the ball. 3 receivers to the near side. Barkley to his left. Goddard in motion. Hurts is back. Hurts looking, stepping up. He is letting it fly. He is looking for Devontae Smith, and it is intercepted.
Oh, man, it is intercepted. Game over.
Absolutely hard.
Good night. He threw an interception.
Absolutely heartbreaking.
Holy cow.
Jesse Bates.
Another upset. Another upset here, guys. Tonight. Holy cow.
Like this, and Bates just waited
wow.
for that one. They've been patient. They've been in that back end.
And that is a week 2 NFL 2024, guys. What a crazy week has this been.
They did.
Guys, we were 15 likes. Keep those likes smashing in here. This VOD will be up. I appreciate those likes coming in.
I know a lot of people will be blaming
man, oh man.
But believe me, he had this game won with a little swing pass to Saquon Barkley, and Barkley played a great game.
Wow, and Cousins is in. Cousins is in. It's going to be a Neil, take it in here. Wow. What a game, what a game. Thank you guys for stopping in here, checking out the stream. You guys are amazing. We have 30 people in here right now. It's right above me. Drop those likes on the stream. KimbroNator here, bringing you NFL, NASCAR, baseball playoffs are coming up. We're going to cover that as well. So be sure to like the channel, subscribe, turn on the bell notification. We have our Pick'ems video for week 3. Week 2 is a crazy one. Let's see what week 3 is. So we have more to come. I'm going to make a video tomorrow for the picks and to cover about everything that happens. So looking forward to it, guys. So you guys are amazing. I appreciate all you coming in. Kenneth, I appreciate you coming in and chat tonight and being the mod. You guys are amazing. Rock on. So do what you guys do. Do it well. We'll see you guys again very, very soon. Got a lot coming up this week. Good night, guys. Later.